Alrighty then, in your own time.
Okay, hello everyone, I'm MVL and welcome to the MVL Gaming livestream. We're playing Dungeons & Dragons on Roll20, The Curse of Strahd, with myself, MVL as Ward Backbreaker, the Jonin Monkey as our DM, Nico playing Keldrin, Leo played by Joshua, Seth played by Odin, and Maldraff played by Panther Leo, who's broadcasting on Twitch. Take it away, Jonin.
Alrighty then. First off, just to clarify for anyone who watched our one-shot on last week, by the way, thank you for that, that was a lot of fun, but yeah, just to clarify, don't worry, I am not going to single out and kill wards. That was just a very bitter joke, which in hindsight I probably shouldn't have made. But anyway.
Damn it, my entire battle strategy was revolving around that.
Me too.
That was just a joke. Ha ha ha.
We start combat. They all attack you, Ward.
Oh, geez. But yeah. Last time on Curse of Strahd, well, what didn't happen last time? The party is currently trapped in the world of Barovia, a world that is trapped within a cursed fog led and ruled by the vampire Strahd von Zarovich. You have agreed to escort the young Irene Olyana, a beautiful young woman who is currently the target of Strahd, who finds her very beautiful and wants to turn her. But the only safe haven for her is the town of Vallaki, which is a walk that will take several days. You came across the free folk known as the Vistani, and their strange Madam Eve read your fortune, revealing that there are 3 items that could help you in your quest, as well as a werewolf with a secret hatred of their enemy. You then encountered a band of werewolves, and 2 very shocking things happened. 1, Seth encountered Lily, who he had thought was long dead, only to find that she was, well, a werewolf. Meanwhile, Crowley the Blood Hunter was snapped up and taken by one of the werewolves. Despite Ward and Seth's best efforts, they were unable to retrieve him. And so, with heavy hearts, our group were forced to continue on. But then, as they walked down the road, they were met face to face with Strahd von Zarovich himself, who then summons a bunch of wolves in order to try and get Irene back from the loss of you. However, there was another sudden interruption, as Leo, a mysterious paladin, suddenly burst onto the scene, talking about generals and kingdoms which mean nothing to the rest of you, but to Strahd seem to get him incredibly excited. He then turns to all of you and laughs, saying, "Now, show me your might, show me your valor, show me everything you got. This day is going to be incredibly He then trails off as he's suddenly surrounded by a mysterious ray of light, and is then suddenly blasted as, whilst he was giving that speech, Keldrin had finished casting Moonbeam. Yeah, this was something that happened last. Yeah, I didn't. I shouldn't have ignored it, but I was trying to wrap up the session. So yeah, Keldrin, if you could roll your damage, please.
Hell yeah, that's 2d10, I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The beam comes down, striking Strahd dead center with a large as the light continues to burn into him. But then, eventually,
and then he died.
Strahd steps out. There are superficial burns on his skin, but they are slowly healed. And he stares at you, Keldrin, with a glare that seems to say, "Really?" Before snapping his fingers and letting the wolves all start rearing up and growling. Everyone, roll initiative, please.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Ooh, nice music.
And
Yeah, I'm liking this.
well, that's one positive. Okay, so Keldrin's in the lead, followed by Seth.
Maldrith is continuing his aloofness and not just doesn't care.
Okay, so oh no, wait. Sorry, guys, just quickly making note of the order.
Does it not automatically put it in anymore?
I'll check. Last time I did that, I got confused.
Oh, I swear.
Yeah,
I've
there's
changed my
multiple
name on
copies
that.
of each.
Some are missing. Ah, it's weird.
Yeah, so I'm just using the good old-fashioned pen and paper. So,
Pen and paper, and bet you got candles going on.
There's a goblet of red wine.
I do actually. I've got some. You can't see them. They're like up there. Candles.
I
Nice.
would have some candles, but there's way too many wires, and I'd probably burn myself down.
okay, so we have Keldrin, Seth, Leo, Ward, the enemy, and finally Maldaf. So, at the top of the round, Keldrin, you're up.
I'm moving the moonbeam right back on him.
Okay. So, you, as Maldaf steps forward, in your panic, you decide to just continue dragging the beam towards him, and he's now once again encircled in the light once more and continues to be, and is once again bombarded with moon rays. Roll your damage, please. Okay.
This is all radiant damage.
Yep, I can remember. At the moment, Strahd seems to... At the moment, the energy continues to bombard him. You can't see how he's looking in there, but he's not making much of an effort to get out at the moment. Anything else?
No.
Okie doke. Seth, you're up.
I'm going to place a hunter's mark upon Strahd.
Okay.
You're going to pay for taking Lily from me. Taking everything. I'm going to take everything from you. And I'm going to move.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a silvered arrow from a longbow.
Alrighty, at Strahd himself?
Yeah, and I'm going to -5 it.
Okay. You shoot with all of your anger. With all of your anger, no, sorry. With all of your anger, you take aim, you focus, and you shoot, and you think you have it straight on the mark, but at the very last second, an arm shoots out of the column of light and grabs the arrow, and then before just dropping it to the ground.
Damn it!
Okay. Anything else, or is that you said?
That's all.
Okay, then. Leo, you're up.
I'm going to go straight for him.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on him as well.
Okay, wow, 2 Hunter's Marks. Okay. Alrighty, you give your target 100% focus as you charge in and I presume ready your attack?
Oh yes.
You charge in, seeing that he's lost focus briefly catching the arrow, you charge in towards the column of light. You focus all of your energies on it and are determined to make that strike count, but at the last second, his other arm suddenly springs out of the light and just blocks it just purely blocks the blade dead straight with his other arm.
You know, I killed Dracus. I imagine you'll fall just the same, Strahd.
From the from the center of the light, you hear a chuckle that goes, it may be back in the day, but things have changed over the last 300 years. And with that, unless you have any other actions, it's Ward's turn.
I'm done.
Ward looks ahead at Strahd burning and slowly healing, and then looks down at his sword and his eyes drift off to that mask. If it bleeds, we can kill it! And he dons the mask and goes berserk. And I would like to make an attack on him. I might flank him.
Where you're standing right now, you're currently on top of a cliff face, so unless you're trying to...
that is higher up than I thought it was, in which case I will be atop of him.
Okay. So you're more on... Okay, there you go.
Diving down from the cliff, Ward makes his attack.
You go in full charge, focusing everything on the attack. You see his arms are binding, you slam it straight into his back. And it's like hitting the brick wall. Strahd doesn't feel a single thing.
Ward's eyes just burn at him through the mask.
And with that, it comes round to their turn. First off, the wolf charges straight at you, Leo, and makes an attack. For the love of God, I thought I'd turn advantage off. Let's go with 17.
No.
Okay, the wolf charges at you, hoping to leap at you while your back's turned, but you effortlessly batted away with your shields. You've fought odd armies before. This is nothing. Meanwhile, let's see here. Yes, this wolf down here, meanwhile, charges straight towards you, Ward, and makes an attack. Okay, oh, it turns out to be the same. 21. I'm gonna assume that's a hit. The wolf shot is at you, and as you're still recovering from the, you're not the weakness of your attack, the wolf charges and bites straight on your arm from behind. You take 7 points of piercing damage, halved, so that's 4, I want to say. And then...
MVL, I think your mic's off there, dude.
You are correct, I muted it. Ward takes no notice of it. He keeps staring at Strahd without blinking.
Okay. Meanwhile, this wolf here charges round and makes a leap down. It's starting to prowl round, but hasn't quite made it yet. Meanwhile, this wolf charges at Keldrin.
Oh no!
And let's see. The first roll was a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Okie doke then. As you are so focused on keeping the radiant light of the moonbeam on Strahd that you completely forget your surroundings, and suddenly you hear a rustle as the wolf charges at you and slams its jaw straight on your leg. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Whew. I mean, you need to make a concentration check, right?
No, these are just regular wolves. Oh yeah, no, for the moonbeam, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. We're Constitution.
I believe it's Constitution, yeah.
Should have looked this up beforehand, but let's just roll with it. I need to beat 10 or half the damage? Well, I failed.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just below that. So you bite suddenly catches you completely. The bite catches you completely by surprise. You let out a squeal, and the spell instantly fades. The moonlight is, and you can see that Strahd seems to be completely unharmed. Any signs of burns have completely gone. And this Strahd get. Meanwhile, as the walls continue, Strahd goes, Well, sir, you're not avoiding my friends. Very well. And he is then going to cast Mirror Image on himself.
Oh, I hate that spell.
So do I.
I mean, I love it if I'm doing it.
Multiple clones of Strahd appear, and they all flash. All of them flash up around you, and they all start. Every single one of them starts almost smiling and beckoning each and every one of you to attack. He then slowly moves around to. Leo and is going to make an unarmed strike against you.
I will attempt to take
hang
opportunity.
Yeah, you take that, and hang on, let me
I've
just check
got a roll
something.
of d20. I think it's above a certain number, it will hit a double.
Yeah, actually, no, it's me that has to make the roll 20, so...
Go for it, yeah.
That hit, if you do land a hit, it would hit one of the clones, so go ahead and roll. I'm afraid that's not a hit. You swing now. You attempt to swing at one of the clones, but almost in unison, the mirror image almost hops out the way. He turns round towards Leo, and I'm just checking one thing quickly. Hang on. Yeah, it's an action. Never mind. So the last thing Strahd will do is he will stare into your eyes, Leo, and go, "Show me what? Show me the skills that took care of Dracus." And his body suddenly crackles red before he then just casually beckons you towards him. And with that, it's Maldaf's turn.
Holy shit. Finally. So where are all his mirror images?
The mirror images are all standing next to Strahd at the moment.
They occupy the same space.
Alright.
Yeah.
I thought you said they appeared around us. I was like, oh no.
No, it's basically... It's kind of like if you've ever seen how... It's kind of like in Dragon Ball Z, where there's like multiple images around him, but they don't actually move independently.
Yeah, well, that's what confused me, so I thought you said they went around us. I guess you said around him.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
It's more like if like really shitty movies try to depict how you're drunk and like this thing split in two and refocus. It's kind of that effect.
I suppose I'll try and do a chill touch. Can I reach him with a chill touch?
Yeah, it's a spectral hand, I believe. Hang on, remind me, is it a dex save or an attack roll?
I don't know.
I believe it's an attack roll, and if you pass, it's a save. Otherwise, it's got disadvantage or something.
Hang on, I'm bringing it up now.
I'll bring it up on the
to make a special hand. Let's see. Let's see on the. Yeah, it's a ranged spell attack, so you have to roll the d20.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the disadvantage to undead is just an automatic thing.
Yeah, the advantage to undead is if it hits.
And it can't regenerate health next turn. That's good.
So do I roll the d20 first, or roll the attack first?
You roll an attack. That is a hit. As Strahd is making these casual taunts towards Leo, you see the opportunity and shoot the spectral hand. And if I then roll the d20,
Journey, did he roll? Oh, you rolled for the copies, right?
I think he's now doing it.
I'm now doing it. You, you fly straight through and you make a direct impact on one of the mirror images. No, actually, you make a direct impact on Strahd
Yeah,
yourself.
I thought that was a hit.
Hooray!
Yeah.
I did a thing.
Yeah. So the spectral hand rushes past the mirror images and hits him right on the back of the neck. So roll your damage.
So is Strahd also making a concentration?
That's a good question. Let me check. What the heck is that spell?
I do believe it is concentration.
Let's see. Actually, no, it isn't, funnily enough.
That's so annoying.
But regardless, he feels the chill on the back of it. He feels the chill on the back of his neck and then shoots around going, "Well, everyone, please wait their turn." And with that, if I can just get my notes, it is Keldrin's turn again.
Okay, lots of panic, wolf in my face. Ah, I'm gonna turn into a wolf.
Okay.
I can do the thing now. Choose side. Wait, there it is. Choose. Rawr. But I'm large.
As the wolf continues to bite down on your leg, it then suddenly feels a leg strangely shifted. It then lets go, only to be staring in the face in a much larger version of his own brethren.
Because Moon Circle Druid, I could do that as my bonus action.
Indeed,
so I'm gonna try and hit this dude now.
Righto.
Time for some wolf on wolf action.
Yes. I don't think that pack tactics. No, that doesn't. So I'm just gonna try and bat him.
Righto.
I made tokens, you guys. I made macros.
Okay, let me just check something. Okay, you launch straight into the attack, and unfortunately, the wolf, out of self-preservation, backs off, and your jaws just narrowly missed it. But the wolf is looking a lot more nervous now.
Can you make my character large? Because for some reason I can't.
Okay. So if I just reshift everything, there we go.
That is one swole wolf.
Swole ass book.
Okay then. And with that, it is now Seth's turn.
I'm gonna go with the longbow again, silver, normal shot.
Righto.
On Strahd.
Okay. Again, you shoot spurts. Strahd, this time simply ducks his head out of the way. In fact, actually, keep forgetting to do it. Yeah, you make what you think is a clear shot, but as it turns out, one of the mirror images was standing in the way, and it just shoots straight past him. I should also mention that because Maldrath made a hit, there is now distinct. I believe there is only 2 clones left. There are 3 clones left now. Sorry. No, it's 2. I was right the first time. So.
That's me done.
Alrighty, and with that, Leo, you're up.
I'm going to cast Vow of Enmity on him.
Okay, I've not heard that spell.
It's not a spell, it's my paladin thing. It just gives me advantage on him for a minute.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to attack him. I'll roll again, see if it crits, but...
Nope, and I'll roll the d20. You switch in your order of all fury, and Strahd leads back, and and you watch there's one of the clones, still with the surprised looks on his face, vanishes as you slice through it cleanly.
Did you know, Strahd, that when Pedro Force created the sun, he advises mortals to live within his light? You strayed from that light, Strahd. and it'll cost you.
But in Strahd chuckles. Pelor. That's a name I've not heard for a while. And with that, Ward, it's your turn.
Ward doesn't have any fancy words, but he does rock up and swings his sword, but he will take an attack of opportunity from that wolf.
Righto.
It's living dangerously.
16, does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. You continue your assault against Strahd. The wolf once again bites you on the back of the arm, delivering 3 points of piercing damage, but in your rage, you just literally throw the wolf off, leaving it where it is as you continue your charge towards Strahd, and you may now make an attack against him. Okay, so you swing boldly at him, and that it. You swing down, slicing through, and you decide you can't tell which one of the images is which, so you decide to take a gamble, and for once luck is on your side, you strike it like Strahd cleanly, and he lets out an of annoyance. Roll your damage, please. Oh, Strahd's definitely feeling that as he grits his teeth and looks about over his shoulder back towards you and goes, "You have a lot more fight than I took you for." And with that, he is now going to use a legendary action to move without provoking opportunity. And he is going to move up to this cliff face here. Okay, that's his legendary action done, and in fact, it comes round to them. First off, this wolf is going to move down and move to attack you, Leo, and that gains advantage. $17, does that hit?
Boop.
It charges towards you and you just effortlessly bat it away with your shields. And then the second one goes for an attack. The second one unsnarls and you just effortlessly spin round and bat it again with your shield. Meanwhile, this one up here charges for an attack.
You got this, Leo. We believe in you.
And again, it's been it feels like it's been so long, but at the same time, it almost feels like it's just yesterday. As you effortlessly just swing around and block the wolf as it comes in for another bite. Meanwhile, the wolf down the bottom, driven purely by desperate self-preservation, decides to make a lunge attack at Kildrin. And 18, does that hit you as the direwolf?
She's nodding.
Yeah, okay.
I am, yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot that you can't see us.
Yeah, sadly I can't see the webcam. The wolf honest towards you and again decides to bite for the opposite leg this time. You take 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Strahd let's see. Strahd decides to stare at Ward and goes, it appears you love to fight, my big friend. Tell me, have you ever thought about fighting your comrades? Or this knight person? I bet they're very strong. And I would like you to make a... I'm just going to double check.
I knew he was going to do that. That's so annoying.
He doesn't want to do that.
Oh, yeah. Actually, hang on 1 second. No, it's fine. You feel the... Oh. At first, you feel the effect on your mind, and at first it sounds plausible. Then suddenly something kicks in and goes, "No, wait a minute, that's complete nonsense." Strahd, at that point, just stares at you in confusion, wondering why you don't appear to be doing what you're told.
I'm not as stupid as I look, am I? So you look pretty stupid upon my blade.
And with that, Strahd makes a snap of his fingers, and red energy crackles around him.
Ah!
And with that, Maldaf, it's your turn.
Oh, holy crap.
He couldn't regenerate that turn, by the way.
He hasn't. He's still feeling the damage. You can still feel. You can still see the wounds on his back from when Ward struck him. So that's still there.
No, like he literally couldn't regenerate because of chill touch.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay, cool.
Inflicts wounds is a touch attack, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I don't think I can make that one. I don't even think I can look at my spells without Roll20 like trying to cast them.
Well, you can if you click the cog button for settings, and you can just read the text there.
That bass, though.
I know, right?
It's a good song.
I think I might try a Sacred Flame on him.
Okay, in that case, I have to make a dex save.
How effective it'll be, I don't know.
I mean, it's sacred.
Well, that's what I thought.
Like, Radiant didn't work much, but...
Okay, is 15 enough?
No idea.
What's this?
It doesn't work like normal spells.
Oh, right. There we go. X save. Okay, yes. So, you begin to you focus your heredity on him, and Strahd suddenly senses what's going to go on, and at the last minute, throws his cape round, and he takes 3 points of flame damage from that. Although
I think it's none on a save.
It is none on a save.
Oh, none on the save. In that case, he just gets it. He swings it around just in time to completely nullify the damage.
That's very disappointing.
Do you want to do anything else in turn?
Can clerics cast then move, or do they have to move first?
No, you can cast and then move.
Let's go over there.
Okay. And with that, it comes back to the top of the round. Keldrin, you're up.
Gonna fight this fucker a new one. 17?
The pause is killing us, dude.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's a on the heads. The wolf is busy biting down on your leg. You take the opportunity to lead down, bite on his neck. Roll your damage.
11 damage.
There we go. The wolf, and with that, the wolf yelps in surprise, and then you see its eyes growing dead as it completely keels over as the air escapes from its jaws.
One bite,
yes.
nice.
Okay, with my amazing speed of 50 feet, I really don't want to leave. Keldrin doesn't want to leave Ileana just standing there.
Oh, she's fine.
Play Keldrin.
I should mention.
Yeah, go up
at the
here.
moment,
I'm not too far away.
Okay, I should mention. Yeah, move slightly across. There we go. I should also mention at the moment, Irina has drawn her sword, but she's very shakily standing there. She is very clearly disturbed by the whole experience.
Why do I keep calling her Ileana? I don't even know anyone who's called Ileana. What the fuck? Okay, sorry, proceed.
Fair enough. I think the only Ileana I know is from Fire Emblem, but anyway, with that, Seth, your action.
Move across a bit. He's going to draw back his bow and let loose another arrow.
Right up.
And I'll sharpshoot at this one.
That's not great.
No.
Just too angry.
Seething with anger.
Just throws his bow instead of like shooting the arrow.
Yep, that's me.
You shoot it and watch it. Sorry, I had the forgot to put some torch key down. You watch it, watches the arrow crests high over his head and into the distant trees on the far side.
Little lower next time.
Okay, and with that, Leo, you're up.
So if I'm standing at the can I get to him, or is he like really high up now? I don't mind the attack opportunities. I've got enough movement. I don't know how high up it is.
Yeah, at the moment, these cliff faces are too high. They're considered difficult terrain, so I'd say it takes about like 10 or 5 feet to get to them. The problem is you're currently surrounded by walls on 3 directions.
Oh, they can have attack opportunity all day. I'm alright with that.
Okay, then.
But I think I've got enough movement to get up there if it's 10 foot to climb it.
Let's see. You've got it's 5 feet. 10. Yeah, you just have. I'm just doing calculations. Yeah, you just be able to get up there, I think.
Yeah, bring it. 3 attacks.
Okay.
Just as a quick FYI, you are going to leave a really lightly armored cleric behind with 3 wolves.
I don't know any of you guys.
There's a 4th one behind you, Meldrath.
I know, but he's far. Well, he's not far away.
Let's see.
None of those hit.
Okay, so the walls all leap at you as you charge and slowly climb up the cliff, but you just batter and block them all away as you slowly charge up towards. It takes a while as you crest over the cliff, but you slowly come up to him and you just crest over the top.
I'm just going to be saying, "O shining face of light divine, by 7-fold gifts of grace and vine, true flower held in sun and blade, all of us who fight and pray." And I'm going to activate my holy runes.
Oh, nice. Strahd is looking at you smirking, and it looks like he's about to make a one-liner, but then he suddenly sees your blade glowing, and he looks at you in a mixture of puzzlement and worry. As your sword, the holy runes in your sword glow, and light mysteriously starts to shoot off from them, almost as if the in fact the light starts to leak out, surrounding your broken sword, almost repairing it. But as you take a swing at him, Strahd, realizing the danger, takes steps out of the way and casually avoids it.
Oh, so big a moment ago, and yet you dodge my blade. You sense your judgment, don't you, Strahd?
I was just curious. And with that, Ward, you're up.
Ward would like to also get over there and attack Strahd. Can I go by way past the wolves so I can allow them to strike at me? If that's
yeah, let's see. I would say Keldrin would be willing to get you past, so I would say you would at least get an attack of opportunity from this wolf here.
Yeah, I want them to attack me.
They've used their reactions, they can't.
That's really
annoying.
annoying.
Oh yeah, they've already used them up to take it on Seth, yeah.
I will risk losing my rage, that's fine. Yeah, I will go for it. I'll climb up there.
Okay, let's see. So it'd be...
I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!
Okay, you would... Oh shoot, I would want to say, because you're slightly further back, I would say you get to just about here-ish.
He has 35-foot movement, right?
Yeah. Oh wait, does Ward have 35 foot?
I have 30 foot. I haven't got the extra speed yet.
Okay, so yeah, you'll get to around here.
Also, MVL, just so you know, all you have to do is try to attack someone. You don't actually have to do damage as a barbarian to maintain it.
So, if you want, what I will allow you to do is attack a wolf. What's Strahd? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I would say... Actually, no, it's not that big of a cliff, so I won't... I'll say it's just a straight attack roll this one time.
Okay.
A 9 and a 12. Ah!
You charge up the you charge up the cliffside, still raging, still seething. To are you throwing the javelin from here or around here?
When I'm closer, because otherwise I'll have disadvantage.
Okay, so yeah, you get to around here. You charge it with full-on rage. You grab a javelin, you throw it, and Strahd once again just sidesteps and avoids the javelin as it flies over. Not quite as high as Seth. Not quite as high as Seth's arrow, but close enough. Okay, and with that, it comes round to then. Strahd. Just gonna check something real quick. So many options.
Does he just let me hit him?
Those legendary actions, yo.
Yeah. Yeah, those are things.
I am.
Strahd. Sorry. Strahd stares at you intently, Ward, and then focuses, and then he seems to suddenly glare at you. And I just need to check one last thing.
Laser eyes.
No, not that.
Damn it, he's Superman. We've been fighting the wrong guy.
As long as he doesn't try and charm me again, because I got real lucky last time.
I wonder if it's like other charms where you can only do it once per 24 hours.
I really hope so.
Did not mean to bring that up, but yes. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Who?
You're good
Ward.
at those.
Bloody hell.
Oh wow. He glares at you, and you suddenly feel a presence of starting to read your. You feel a presence like boring deep into your mind. You suddenly start resisting, going, what's going on? And you just instinctively push back, and as you do so, Strahd's eyes widen, and he stares at you, going, "What are you?"
Oh no! Don't play mind games with me. There's too many dark voices in there already.
So I gather.
I can just imagine him trying to read Ward's thoughts. It's like, I'ma kill you, I'ma kill you, I'ma kill you, I'ma kill you.
There is a lot of that going on,
occasionally
yes.
peppered with a hashtag monster.
He is picking up a lot of that, yes.
Stars in the darkness.
Okay. And with that, the wolf up here charges straight towards you, and is going to try a bite attack. Not discouraged by the fact that his brethren haven't been able to hit you yet. And I'm guessing he's just effortlessly parried away.
Yeah, like not even looking at him, just staring fully at Strahd as I bat it away with a shield.
Meanwhile, the wolf next to Maldath is going to try and bite him.
I am probably dead.
You got loads of life.
Every time
does
there's
10
shitload
hit?
of dice come
10
on. It's
just
like,
misses.
Okay.
10 just misses.
Just misses. He is really not great.
You were a little bit taken aback by the fact that the paladin and Ward have just suddenly started charging up the cliff, but as the wolf charges towards you, self-preservation takes over. You leap backwards just in time to avoid a sudden snap of jaws. This wolf is going to decide to take on the dire wolf that's approaching it.
I do feel bad about leaving you now, Maldrath.
21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, the wolf charges towards you, and he tries to get a bite on your back. Land its jaw somewhere on your back. You take 10 points of piercing damage.
Cool.
Meanwhile, this wolf on the cliff decides to leap down and try to attack you from behind, Malda.
Pray for Maldrath.
And I'm assuming the 19 hits.
Oh yes.
You are still backing away from the other wolf. You barely have time to turn around before the wolf slams its jaws into your shoulder. You take 6 points of piercing damage. And finally, this wolf here decides to circle round to the dire wolf and try and get his jaws on their rear flank.
He'll bite my butt. Is that what you're saying?
No, just slightly to the side of it.
Well, that hits.
You take 9 points of piercing damage as you feel the jaws sinking into your rear flank, let's say.
Rear aspect is the one I like.
Right in the flank.
Okay, and is that everyone? I believe it is. So, actually, one last... now I'll leave it for now. Okay, so with that, we go back to Maldaf. It's your turn.
Right, let's have some mana, I think. Gotta activate it.
Alright.
Drink deep from your mana pool, Maldraff.
You're
Press
muted.
the button, Maldraff. Oh,
Fruity. I suppose I'll attack the one that actually landed a hit on me. So I'll use my, I think it's a longsword.
What's the percentage of that mana potion?
I don't actually know. I probably should have looked at that. A lot, though.
He didn't have a beard before he drank it.
God damn it.
Attacks
The
are not
potion
working for
did
us today,
nothing.
guys. We're not doing well.
You swing your sword at the wolf, but it just manages to duck out of the way, and you're still pinned in between the two walls, I'm afraid. Unless you have any bonus action spells or anything.
I'm not sure. Can I cast these as bonus actions?
Your healing word is a bonus action if you have that.
No.
And I'm just looking up Sacred Flame. I don't believe it's a...
No, it's an action.
It's not. It's an action.
Yeah, it's an action. Okay. So,
No,
with
I'm
that...
done
Okay, with that, we move back into the top of the round. Keldrin, you're up.
I am going to bite the dude that bit my butt.
Righto. That is a strong hit. You slam down once again, biting in the neck. I mean, hey, it worked last time. But this wolf just manages to hang on by the skin of its teeth. It's gasping for air, but it's still alive right now.
Didn't quite get the jugular. Okay, fine. Cool, cool.
Okay, and with that, Seth, you're up.
Seth grips his bow ever tightly. This has to count for something. I've got to make it count. He's going to go for same again.
Righto. You focus once again, you shoot, but once again, Strahd sees it and bats it away with his hand. And unless you have any actions, we move to Leo.
That's all she wrote.
Who is furiously typing away.
I'm going to try to attack him.
Okay.
With advantage. Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, that finally hits. You...
See if the advantage is the crit, sorry.
With your glowing sword, you swing your blade straight at him, and you finally make the strong connection. Roll your damage.
Right, so I'm smiting as well.
Ooh. Oh wow! He has a horrified look at his face as you swing down your glowing radiant sword, and it slices him across the chest. He growls and you watch as the red energy crackles along and slowly heals up the terrible gash that was once in his chest. But whilst it may not have damaged him, you can clearly tell that Strahd is furious right now.
Run along, little vampire. I'm bored of you.
And with that, he takes another legendary action to use his unprovoked movement to go straight on top of this cliff. And that's the second legendary action up. And then Ward, your turn.
Ward needs to use some cardio, I guess. Am I able to get there?
Up to here? No, this one's much more difficult terrain. It's like about, I'd say, it'd be 10 feet, 10 feet. It would use up, let's see. Yeah, I'm afraid you would only get to about here-ish.
Ward will do that and then throw a javelin at him.
Alright.
Yeah. That's fine. Javelins aren't silver anyway, but Ward doesn't understand that. That's fine.
Yeah, you take the javelin, you throw it with all of your might, but Strahd casually sidesteps on top of the rock, and it just harmlessly bounces off the cliff face on the other side.
You're delaying the inevitable, Strahd. Come down here and fight me.
In time. In time. Okay. And with that, it's their turn. First off, this wolf, almost as if sensing his master's in danger, decides to charge towards Ward. Keldrin, you can take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, hell yeah.
How ya?
And yeah, that's a hit. It tries to run, but you just slam your jaws right down and onto him. You actually, as he turns around, you roll around, you stamp on it with both paws, pin it into the ground before finally landing that bite on the Juggio you were looking for, and that wolf is dead.
Said it before, but I like that wolf.
You're a new character, so...
That's what I said before, not Leanne.
Meanwhile, in a sudden burst of adrenaline, Irina lets out a scream of panic, and it's a combination of panic and just... yeah, a sort of panic and rage, and suddenly charges towards this wolf.
Yeah, you go, girl.
That's my bae. Kill it, come on.
God, she's gonna crit, then she's gonna smite and sneak attack.
She better.
Hunter's Mark. Great weapon master. It's gonna be biblical.
Yeah, she rushes it in and manages to give a slice across the werewolf's chest. It's still ticking, however, and it looks back at her with now.
Okay, you're gonna enjoy watching this back, Jonan, because all three of us just twitched at that werewolf.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wrong term. So yeah, it is just regular wolf, guys. It growls and then it growls at her, but then looks back at the giant wolf and makes another lunge at it.
We got a tiger in our party.
Let's see. Oh, 22 was the first one, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah.
It then it lands its jaw straight in your side, and you can feel the teeth tearing into you, and you take another 10 points of piercing damage.
Still up.
Nice. Meanwhile, this wolf over here senses its master's in danger and tries to do what the previous wolf did, which is charge off to attack Ward. Maldav, you can make an attack of opportunity.
Don't fail me now, longsword.
Oh, wow. MVL, this might be useful for you. If you pull up your character sheet... Actually, I'll tell you later. Come on.
How many
Okay.
6s have you rolled today? That's ridiculous.
I don't think you've actually rolled over 10, honestly.
You see the opportunity and try to swipe your sword at it, but the wolf just ducks around to the side and charges up, and then hang on a second. Yeah, there we go. It then leaps towards Ward to make an attack.
I think Jonan's weighted my virtual dice, so you know they don't roll right.
Hey, blame Roll20, not me.
I need new dice.
Try changing the color. Maybe that counts.
Okay. It's a lunge this towards Ward, but very. Yeah, almost nonchalantly, as it lunges to make a bite, Ward just sort of casually backfists it, and it sort of lands on the ground behind him.
Sit down, pup. You bore me.
Meanwhile, this dog, still filled with determination, tries to attack Leo.
I feel like this one's going to get me.
And no, you once again batted away. Hey. Meanwhile, Strahd starts to chuckle. The red energy crackles around him once again, and this time fog starts to descend over him.
Ass.
The fog begins to obscure him. For some reason, it's not covering the token, but you get the gist. It's slowly disappearing over him to the point where you can no longer see him above the rocks. And with that, no wait. Unfortunately, there's still one more. This wolf is going to try and unshadow Maldraff again.
I thought he was forgotten. No.
I thought I got away with it.
Hey.
This time, however, you're aware of it, and since you have your sword down, you turn around just in time to get it in between his jaws as he clamps down and push it back.
The god of death smiles upon me this day.
Speaking of which, Maldaff, you're up.
Hey. What's the best thing to do against him? Like, literally, none of my attacks have been doing shit against anyone. I think the longsword is probably the best shot against him.
Right
Actually, are these just normal wolves?
Yeah, they're just regular wolves.
Is there anything I can do in terms of persuasion with wolves? I've got some animal handling, and obviously I've got all my persuasion stuff, but I don't think that works against things that don't speak your language.
You can try the animal handling if you wish.
Sit.
This will be awesome if you calm down one of his own wolves.
I'm so out of my element, I don't even know what I can do. Can I just tell him to, like, fuck off?
It depends on how successful your animal handling roll is.
Well, it can't be any worse than missing, I guess, so... Right,
I mean, it's either that or trying to intimidate the wolf.
Oh, my intimidation is higher, so I'll try that. I'll try and intimidate the bastard.
You're a cleric of death. Do it.
It was above 10! Hooray!
You approach the wolf. Chanting a prayer related to the god of death. The wolf steps back and continues to growl as his eyes suddenly flash red. The wolf is not backing off, but it is starting to look wary of you.
Yeah, wolves have their own gods of death as well, you know.
Us.
See the wolf just doing like.
And with that, we go back to the top of the round. Keldrin, you're up.
Yeah. Actually, should I let her take it out? I feel like I should let. No, I'm gonna take it out.
Okay.
Try and take it out. Well, let's see if that jinxed it. Oh shit! That should be an that should be an advantage. Sorry, because she is within 5 feet of it.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
pack tactics and
Yeah,
stuff
I
like
will
that.
let you roll it.
I'm just gonna roll again.
And
13? Probably not.
Yeah, that hits. You
Seriously?
Yep,
Cool.
13 hits. You you once again decide, let's make it 3 for 3 and bite it on its jaws again. And this time the wolf once again you see its eyes flash red briefly before slowly rolling back into its head before collapsing into death.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go up here to give Ward some flanking.
Okay.
Assuming he needs it, he probably doesn't.
Okay, and with that, Seth, your action.
I take it Strahd's 100% obscured.
He is pretty much obscured at this point. I mean, on top of that, you also have got, he's fairly high, but along with the fog and also with the massive bodies that are surrounding it, it would be with 3/4 cover at least.
That's cool. I think that's sorted with sharpshooter.
Okie doke. In that case, I will say roll with disadvantage.
Quick, get him while he's distracted picking up his coins.
Yeah, I'll go with a normal longbow attack.
You focus using your hunter's mark to sit them within the shadows. You once again fire your arrow and it shoots into the fog. And unfortunately, all your well-trained here is ding as it hits the rock. It's such a shame that was disadvantage because that second roll was really high.
Yep, but regardless, I would have rolled the first one first.
Okie doke. So with that, Leo, you are.
No worries. And can I see him from up where I am? Because I'm a bit higher.
No, the fog is very thick. Like, you can see some vague shadows, but if you went in there, it would still be at a disadvantage.
That's not too bad, because I actually can... I've got advantage on him, so it'd be a straight roll. But if I can't see him, I'm just going to attack the wolf in front of me.
Okie doke. That just hits. The wolf, the wolf growls and prepares to curl around, and you lunge straight at it with your glowing sword, and you pierce its upper shoulder, and the wolf lets out an ow as it receives the damage.
Can I use my... can I try to intimidate it and just be like, flee, wolf. I've no need to kill your kind.
I would say, I would say that's more than.
It's fine
Okay,
if I
the
can't.
reason
I understand.
Yeah, I would say, hey, no, just because we made it that it was an action for Maldaf, so it would be kind of unfair in this case, especially since Maldaf is technically in a worse position than you are right now.
yeah, it's not a problem.
Okay, no, and actually,
What I will
I'm trying to
do is
remember. Did you attack on your last Amanda?
I did not attack, I just used intimidation.
Okie doke then. So yeah, well let's say you can't do it this time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Although I will say also this, as you you pull the sword out, you notice that the runes are slowly starting to glow dim.
Yeah, that was my last turn of it. I'm going to move my hunter's mark though onto this wolf now.
Okay.
I should have did before attacking. But that is me done.
Right up.
For some reason, I can't see people's pings.
I don't think anyone's pinged yet.
I thought you were pinging.
No, what I was doing is just added a hunter's mark onto the wall so I wouldn't forget. But okay.
Okay, I can see people's pings, it's fine.
Okay. Let's see. At this point, you hear some shuffling in the fog, but you can't really make out what it is. As we... Oh no, wait, I'm completely wrong. Sorry, Ward, it's your action.
Hey, can Ward climb up there? Is that doable?
He can indeed.
I
you
know
should
what's
have
going to
enough
happen,
movement
but it doesn't matter. So, can Ward climb up there because that's what he would do.
Yeah, Ward slowly climbs up there in the middle. It's really hard to see Gutlary with all of the fog surrounding you, and you're still getting used to the mask slightly obscuring your vision, but you think you see a shadow in front of you as you push forward and forward up there. You can attack him if you wish, but again, it will be at a disadvantage.
Ward will attack recklessly,
Okay,
so that will cancel out disadvantage.
righto. You see the shadow overflowing in the distance, and you, all or nothing, throw your sword straight at it. And as the fog slowly parts around you, the shadows draw closer, and then you suddenly see a very surprised Strahd and go, "What the?" before you smack him straight in the face. Roll your damage. He takes the blow and growls. Persistent, aren't you?
You made a mistake hiding from me in the darkness.
And with that, it is Strahd's turn as he stares at you and goes, "Alright, you want to play? Let's play."
I was waiting for you to get serious.
And he, if I could just bring it up.
Sorry, Jonan. I can't actually move that 100 mark until his HP drops to 0, so it's still on Strahd.
Okay, good to know. I'm guessing that's a hit.
Let me check my AC real quick. Yeah.
He, very similar to what he's done the past 2 times, pulls his fist back and makes a very swift punch straight towards you. And if we do that, ignore the roll, I'm just doing this for damage. You take 9 bludgeoning damage and 15 necrotic damage as energy crackles around it and punches you straight in the gut.
I actually have the necrotic as well because of my path.
Okay, that's good. So that would be, I would say, 18 and no, not 18, 8 and 5 overall.
Okay.
Ow! And then he will then circle. He'll then hop down on the side of the cliff, circling around you as he does so. Meanwhile, this wolf here, still fighting despite the disadvantage, is going straight up at you again. Does that hit?
Who are you even talking to?
Yeah.
Who are you attacking? Sorry. That does not hit.
Okay, the wolf, you can actually feel the frustration in its growls as it tries to leap you again, but once again, its jaws only meet your shield.
You know nothing of frustration.
Meanwhile, the wolf fighting Mountup is going to make an attack, but it's definitely wary of you, so it's now rolling at disadvantage.
Hooray.
Nice.
And you needed that disadvantage. Holy crap. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm taking that still hit.
Oh yeah, 17's a hit.
Yeah, so the wolf makes the lunge towards you, and I don't know why it's doing double the damage as well.
Yeah, because one of them was crit.
Oh yeah, the crit. Yeah, so it lunges forward, and you take 9 points of piercing damage as it bites down on your arm.
Maldrath will fall dramatically to the ground.
Oh, you gone?
Does he make a noise as he falls?
No, he's just gonna go, "I'm melting."
Does he make a noise then? Because otherwise Leo won't hear.
Oh, what a world!
Meanwhile, as Maldrath, the shock of everything that's going on slowly overcomes him and he falls to the ground, this wolf now circles round towards Keldrin. and will make another lunging bite attack at her.
This is gonna hurt.
And it commits. This is horribly. In fact, as it lunges, you, not just through your wild instincts, but also your dwarven observation, you see the attack coming, and you step aside and you watch as it slams straight into the ground in a rather undignified crumble. And meanwhile, Irina sees through the trees Mount Aldas falling, and then with the screams and adrenaline slowly overtaking her, she charges straight at the wolf and goes for another attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
babe. Yes.
MVP. MVP. Avenge my death. I'm gonna walk over and be like, some people just need to die.
And she slams it straight into the unsuspecting werewolf side. Why do I keep saying
again?
werewolf?
I shall BRB 1 sec.
Fair enough. The wolf. Oh no! The wolf howls in pain as it thinks aside, and it looks at her and growls like it really wants to go for her, but doesn't dare to.
That makes sense.
But it's barely on its last legs, though.
So, Jonah, did I see the cleric fall, or am I sort of a bit preoccupied up here?
Make me a perception check. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I didn't know my talk to you was down. Make me a perception check. You take a glance around. It's a bit frantic where everything that's going on, but you do that is from your vantage point. You see that he's now lying on the ground. You don't know why, though. Well, you could probably guess why, but you don't know the exact reasoning.
Got you.
And with that, it would be Maldav's turn. So when Pam comes back, I will make him
He's back.
Okay, Pam, if you could just make me the life or death saving throw, please.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, so just roll a
what am I
d20. Just a straight d20.
Oh, lucky 13.
Yeah, you're fine. You are, you are fine. You're, yeah, like you're still slowly bleeding, but you're holding on. At which point we come back to the top of the round. So, Keldrin, you're up.
Gonna try and do the thing that I do best, apparently.
It's a strong hit. You, the werewolf. Sorry, why do I keep saying that? The wolf is trying to get back onto its feet, but you charge straight into its neck and bite down. And with that, the wolf tries to look out into you, but then it, as you furiously bite down, it doesn't let out the last. Completely dies.
Nice, Keldrin Wolfbane. That's your new name.
I'm going to. I think that's an action, but I'm not sure because 5th edition. I would like to charge over Maldrath's body and slam that other wolf into like the stone wall that's behind it.
That is an attack.
But that would be an action,
that
right?
would
That would
count
be
as
a
an
full
action,
rush.
I'm afraid. You can definitely, you can move closer to it, but if you're gonna try and make an attack as well, yeah, that would be an action.
Okay. Then I'm gonna can I just like step over him like and growl protectively?
Yes, he's
this
not
other
in a
dude.
position where he can resist you, so.
Yeah. And I'm a big fucking werewolf, so I'm just gonna. This is my
You're a
whole back
werewolf
off.
too?
I am a werewolf. I turned from human to wolf, so you know. Well, dwarf to wolf.
Okay. And with that, let's see, I'm just surveying the situation. Alright. Strahd, let's see. Yeah, okay, with that, Seth, it's your action.
Despite the futility, you'll try again against Strahd.
Okay. You, this time, you feeling the frustration, you take a deep breath and focus. You decide to quell the anger for the time being. You decide to focus with your hunter's mark, and you sense something in the fog. You fire, and this time your trained hero is here to as it finally hits him. Roll your damage. That's a nasty one.
And then I'm going to move a bit.
Okay. And with that, Strahd is going to use his legendary action again. Sorry, just checking a few things.
Another 50 wolves appear.
Strahd, you suddenly hear a voice from the fog goes, "This is all been amusing, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm afraid it's time I claimed my prize." And he uses his legendary action to charge past you straight towards Irina.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Nope, legendary action, unprovoked movement. But as that happens, there is a sudden shimmer and a mysterious, and out of nowhere. Give me one moment.
RKO!
Out of nowhere, everything goes silent, and a mysterious figure appears before you. He then, he then clasps his hands together, and a light appears. A circle of magic suddenly appearing on the ground around both him and Irina, and he then shouts, "Begone, undead!" Strahd sees it and tries to lunge forward, but the circle activates in time, and his hand slams against it, and and furiously he pulls it away, shaking his hand as if it was stinging. He goes, Nord, why did you have to show up now out of old times?" This figure is strange. He is wearing a thick black coat and wearing a plague doctor mask. He then, Irina looks up at him and goes, Who are you?" The figure then turns to her briefly and goes, "I'm the Bloody Crow." He then turns back to Strahd and says, "I've taken your prize, vampire. Perhaps today I will take your life, or should I say, unlife." And meanwhile, the wolf that is still in the circle decides to wait, hang on. That's the end of Strahd's legendary action. So, Ward, you're up.
Ward can't see any of this, it's amazing.
Okay.
So
actually,
Ward makes his way out of the mist.
Okay. So that's a slow climb down, I would say.
No, not a slow climb down in combat. How far down is it?
Okay, you... Oh, right, yeah, you leaped... I would say for this, and because it's Ward, you leap down and you get to about... I would say you get to around here-ish.
Is full damage a thing in, like, 5th edition?
It is, but, you know, it's that climb down slowly.
Yeah, to be fair, it's like about, I want to say, 10 feet. Like, so it's wouldn't be too much damage. I would say it's like I'll say it's a D4 bludgeoning damage. So
I'll take that.
10 foot. 10 foot's nothing. I could jump 10 foot down.
Wood
Whether
leaps
my
down
ankles would
and
take it,
goes
I
to
don't know.
strike him, in which case...
Okay. So yeah, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you leap down the cliff and charge straight towards the very frustrated-looking Strahd.
Yeah, Wood attacks him recklessly.
Okay, and I think you get an advantage anyway because you have flanking with Keldrin, but whatever.
I did not notice that, because she's so big and looks like a wolf. Which is weird to say I didn't notice it, but yeah, Wood is angry so recklessly!
So angry he doesn't even see the giant werewolf.
Everything's just werewolves now. It's we're in this. This is forever.
Yep.
Wow, 14 is my highest. That's pretty bad.
You swing your sword at him, and Strahd sees it and is just about to dodge, but as you just sort of recklessly overextended, you manage to catch him on the shoulder. Roll your damage. Yep, he takes it and just grunts. What is wrong with you people?
No more hiding in the shadows.
Okay. And let's see. With that, I got it wrong last time. Leo, it's your action.
No worries. Just out of character. That guy's name was Nor.
Which guy's name? Oh, this one here.
The bloody crow guy.
He did not say what his name is. He just said
Strahd
his name.
said Nor like 3 times, right?
No,
I think he said no.
Right, cool. Right.
He said Nord, but with an accent.
No worries.
Yeah,
Got you.
I also wrote down Nor for a second.
Yeah. No worries. So I've seen Strahd appear, so I'm just gonna. That wolf can have an attack, and I'll mosey on down as well.
Rightio.
That actually hits.
You see Ian leap away this new figure, and also the figure turning down. You leap to you go to strike him, but at this point the wolf finally, as you turn your back, lunges towards you and manages to dig its jaws through part of your chainmail and into your arm. You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Done it. Wow. Leo will not growl but grunt a little bit as he goes.
Okay.
That wolf's self-esteem must be sky high right now.
If I just... Yeah, this is a dead body, so I'll just say you can get to around hear it.
Perfect. I was wondering if I could stand on that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I will attack. Not radiant anymore, though.
Righto. You just deal with the pain and charge down the hill and just swing your sword around as Strahd stares at you again, and you slash at him.
Smiting again.
Oh, you smite and he hits a blow. This time he goes "Ugh," as he takes the blow from you. And with that, it then goes to them. Strahd after this hand, it goes, you too much going on. These are all things that cannot be rushed. I look forward to meeting you again, Leo. You, Miss Bloody Crow, and you, especially. What was your name, half-orc?
Oh, you know my name. When I take your head!
Another day then. It's not unfun, and keep playing your games. And with that, vanishes from sight. And this last one is this wolf, riding high on its previous success, leaps down the cliff straight towards Warlord, seeing the opportunity. And yeah, it completely misses you as you dodge out the way. Dodge out of the way, and you're now staring it straight in the face now. And with that, Maldaf, make me one more or a death save.
Yeah, I forgot he was beneath the wolf.
Yeah, that's it. That's 2 successes. You're stabilized. You're just unconscious now.
Hooray!
And with that, it comes back to Keldrin.
Sorry, it's free to
It's
stabilize.
3 successes, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm gonna try and get rid of the wolf in front of me, I guess.
Righto.
Oh yeah, Wolfbane, I'm
Once
telling you.
Once
It's a
again,
good form.
you. This time you stare over the wolf, which is just looking around, completely perplexed. It's thinking about lunging at the bloody crow, but you just full-on charge and power slam it straight into the cliff on the other side. It lets out a "no" as you hear something snapping as it just collapses to the ground dead.
Okay. And then I'm just gonna oh gee, there's only one more left, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna drop wolf form.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to cure light wounds on Maldras.
Okay.
That's a 1d8 plus my caster level?
Mm-hmm.
Plus your caster stat.
Caster
Yeah.
stat. Alright. Gee.
Nice.
So you get 8 plus plus 3. 11.
Okay.
Nice.
You you shift back to your wolf form, the aggression subsiding, and then the panic and concern for Maldaf takes over again as you place your hand on him and glowing energy flows into it. Maldaf, you are once surrounded by darkness, but now you're everything's slowly coming back. You feel that you're lying on the edge of what appears to be this strange magic big circle. You look up and you see Keldrin crouched over you, holding your hand out with glowing energy surrounding it.
Well, it's not the strangest thing that's ever happened to me, but it's pretty close. Thank you.
Alrighty.
Sorry, I should have done that as a healing word, not as a sorry.
Okay,
But
we'll
it's
say
the
it's
same.
healing
It's
word.
the same roly thingy. Yeah.
Okay, we'll say healing word. You look up and you see Keldrin mouthing some strange words above you. So, again, still the equally strange way to wake up.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
And now, with that, Seth, it's your action.
I'm going to go for the final wolf,
Okay.
the sharpshooter.
You are angry. You just, as Strahd disappears from the battlefield, you feel a sense of calmness wash over you, and then you just nonchalantly raise your bow and shoot the wolf dead in between the eyes, and the wolf just goes, "Oh," and falls to the ground dead.
Boom.
And with that, everything, their strange sense of quiet descends over the battlefield.
Well, no more shadows, no more darkness, no more monsters, except you.
The
Ward
figure,
is looking straight at that person.
yeah, the figure stares back at the two going, and then just goes, why are you angry? Is it because I did your job for you?
Thanks for that, by the way.
Is anyone hurt? Does anyone need any healing?
And then I just kind of sit down on the floor.
If rolling eyes made a sound, that's the sound the Maldroth would make.
But it doesn't, so I don't see you.
Wait, so this circle, Irene and this bloody crow are in it.
Yeah.
It's still there. Is he holding her?
No, he's not holding her.
Can Ward walk into the circle?
Give it a try.
Ward does so.
You step forward, the circle flashes, but you walk in perfect. You walk in unharmed.
Ward
And now,
grabs Irene and walks out of the circle.
okay, Irene is a little startled as you grab her, but she follows you anyway. The bloody crow just stares at you and watches.
Ward doesn't take his eyes off this person. He puts Irene behind him.
Leo's going to walk up at this point. Thank you for your timely intervention, friend. What might I call you?
Bloody crow will suffice.
Well, bloody crow.
He then nods. You held yourself well, although I wonder if you can keep this girl safe for long. You were so focused on Strahd, you completely ignored her. In fact...
What's your place? Ward takes that mask off really slowly, puts it aside and stares at this guy eye to eye, like right up close to his face.
Okay.
I assure you, Crow, I do not know these people. At the time, these are strangers to me. They could have been working with Strahd. The fact that they've all joined together to fight him gives me honor, it gives me hope.
The figure looks at you. Caution would be... Whilst I do admire your caution, I also do have to wonder if you need a reason to save people who are in trouble.
I believe taking out the leader, the one controlling the wolves, would be the best course of action. As you can see, the wolves are dead, Strahd has fled, and we're all safe.
You are only safe because I intervened at the right time.
Can I make a check? Can I make some kind of check to figure out... Sorry. Can I make some kind of check to figure out what kind of magic that was? Like what spell that was?
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Can I also do a check? I feel like that was holy magic.
Yeah, go ahead and make Arcana checks, both of you.
Arcana for me as well, sorry.
Yes. Okay, you both figure out that it is some kind of cleric magic. In fact, you recognize it. You, Leo, recognize it instantly from your studies. It was the spell Magic Circle. You probably, and thinking back in your head, the cry "Begone Undead" was specifically specifying what couldn't enter it. That was why Strahd had to be repelled, but everyone else was seen to be walking around it perfectly fine.
No worries. Magic Circle, a 10-foot radius that blocks any entry from the designated target. I'm aware of such things, don't worry. And let me assure you, without you, we still would have managed to hold our own.
We were just about to kill Strahd. He was on the back foot until you showed up.
Not to kill.
You really think so? Strahd was annoyed. That was about it. His game hadn't gone the way he intended, but he had plenty of energy. I see you're still sporting the wounds from when he finally decided to punch you, rather than mess around with you.
I mean, technically, we just wanted to get to Falaki and get her to... But, yeah, I mean, could I learn that spell?
I'm afraid I had one pupil long ago, and it didn't work out. He then turns and walks off.
Hey! Where the hell are you going? Who the hell are you?
Like I said, the bloody crow. The darkness that swallows all evil.
Do you have a nest? Or was it ravens? I don't remember, guys.
He turns around and looks at you. Just gives you... You can't tell through the mask, but you guess it's probably a look of... Wait, what?
I'll just slyly turn to Kelvin and be like, ravens and crows are part of the same family.
Yeah, I know that, but I just don't remember what you said. Was it ravens or was it crows? I just don't remember.
What are you on about?
Listen to me, Crow. You either stand with us, or you stand against us. If you make your way unannounced again, I might take your head too.
He turns around and stares back at you. You like to make things simple, don't you? Very well. If you want to stand with me, then for God's sake get smarter. Strahd was toying with you for most of the time.
I believe it was.
I think it was completely justified though, but...
Well, your mask looks stupid!
Oh, really? You appear to be wearing the same one earlier.
Is it actually the same one, or is it just...
One's white and one's sort of a creamy colour, so...
Okay, yeah. You two... I'll say Keldrin, make me a perception check. You know, he looks like a...
So much fighting!
I would say you look at him and he actually looks like a very spitting image of Crowley. Honestly, the only way you could not tell the difference was if you knew him. And Ward, you know he looks nothing like him. In fact, it kind of irritated you because it's almost a parody at this point in the way he's acting. He turns around and goes, look, if you... trying to escort this girl is brave, and you do have fighting abilities. So, but at the same time, like I said, you need to be smarter of him. Strahd has protected himself with magic. It will take more than just radiant damage to hurt him. He has an item that heals him automatically. And on top of that, he knows how to get inside your heads. In fact, it's a miracle you weren't turned already half-orc.
A smart man wore this mask. Ward holds it in front of him. And now he's gone. I trust in what I know, and I trust in my own heart, and I trust in might, and I trust in people that I can trust, and you are not one.
Fair enough.
I mean,
in that case...
She did do... never mind.
Crow. Apologies, I forgot to introduce myself. I am Leo. You say get smart, you say prepare, you say he has these items. All useful, and we do thank you for it, but can you not offer more insight? Can you not offer wisdom?
He sighs. If I knew the answers, I would have killed him already. That's what I'm doing right now. Staying silent, watching, observing, waiting, learning.
Only cowards hide in the dark.
Indeed, but only the brave get found out so easily on the roads. Strahd will pick his time. When he finds his best moments, he'll be back for you again.
So, should she go with you? Does it even have a point that we're going to that town?
What town are you going to?
I kind of point in the direction of Falaki.
He goes, she might be safe there. Apologies I cannot come with you. But, like I said, my advantage against Strahd is that I can surprise him. That's the key to defeating Strahd. It's not might. It's playing his game. And with that, he starts to walk away.
Are you sure you can't teach me that spell?
Apologies, no. And with that, he disappears.
Maldrath thinks to himself that he's going to have to get himself one of those Plague Doctor masks. They seem to be all the rage.
Yeah, right?
Leo, that your name? Do you fight with honor? Hey, me and my friends are going to go kill Strahd. Want to come?
And Leo just walks straight up to him. And Leo's really quite tall. He stands around 7 foot, and he'll offer his hand out. I would be honored to fight by you. What's your name?
They call me Ward. Backbreaker.
Backbreaker? And he'll shake his arm if he offers it.
Ward does
Proper,
not.
like, gladiatorial. Oh. Why do they call you Backbreaker?
Well, that's a story I'll save for another time.
What is your quest, friends? My quest lies and ends with Strahd. We have a old score to settle.
Didn't you say he's 300 years old? Are you 300 years old? I'm so confused. I don't know what's going on. Hi.
With skin like this? No, I'm not 300 years old. But my god took me from another time to this time. I've been sent here by Pelor to put an end to this darkness.
Oh my fucking god, out of character, you're a time traveler? Damn!
Irene, did you know that crow?
No, I did not. He just appeared out of nowhere.
Does he have dealings with the Vistani? They saw a dark, cloaked figure.
No, honestly, this is the first time I've ever seen it. I haven't even heard any rumors of this bloody crow.
Apologies, friends, but we are discussing tactics and information on a busy road. Perhaps we should head to Vallaki. It's not too far from here.
Well, Irene nods. I agree. It'd probably be best to move. I'm sorry I was so useless back there.
I saw you take down... Well, at least deal some real damage to those wolves. Do not cut yourself dry.
Oh, you didn't fall down like Maldrath, so you did alright.
Oh, that reminds me, when I spent some time on the ground there, I saw the God of Death. He told me not to trust swanky people in golden armor anymore, so... Lesson learned.
It's very good the mine's borderline rusty. You look injured, friend. Would you like some healing?
I'm perfectly capable of healing myself, thanks.
First time we met Strahd, he came to us in disguise as an ally.
Can we just go? I mean...
Tell me, Leo, is your good nature a ruse?
I'm gifted in many things, but lying is not one of them.
That's just what a liar
Is
would
that
say.
a ruse?
Honestly, you'd know if it was. I am terrible at lying. Like, my face goes all over. It's not a pretty sight.
Irina also raises a hand at this point and goes, but he was also fighting Strahd. It would be kind of difficult to do both.
She did really good damage, I think.
What was that
I was
roll
kind
for,
of
Ward?
That was an
preoccupied by
8 on
wolves.
insight.
Okay, he seems to be telling the truth. I mean, he looks like a decent person.
Ward chucks in one of those casks of wine. Get drunk and use smaller words. And Ward starts to head towards the direction.
Who just looks to the rest of the guys, being like, you know what? I like that one. Earnest ones are the best people. Anyway, I have Ward's name, but none of the rest of you. He walks up to Maldrath. I mean, you've obviously taken a dislike for me, but that does not mean we can't be formal. What's your name? I'm Leo.
The name's Maldrath.
Pleasure. And he'll offer his hand.
Maldrath will reluctantly take it, as if he's unsure if there's another boot to drop, as it were.
I just shake it normally. Give him a wry little smile and head over to Seth. Again, Leo, a pleasure.
Yes, well, Seth, the pleasantries are over. We have somewhere to be.
Yes, and I think a few seconds to get to know each other if we're traveling on the road won't really hurt us. And you, fine lady, and he'll go to Keldron and, I suppose, kneel down?
Oh my god.
What can I call you?
Hi, I'm Keldron.
A pleasure, and he will shake her hand if she offers it.
Yeah, she's very bewildered. She's just like kind of staring at you, not really, like just what is happening.
You fought well. I've not seen many turn into beasts with quite as much ferocity as that.
Thank you.
No worries. Anyway, and he turns to Irina. And you, my lovely lady.
Irina, makes a small bow and goes, "My name is Irina Kolyana. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Oh, formalities.
Well, my father was the Burgomaster, so...
And I'll dip into a low bow. Leo Luxaria till Alexandros.
Not necessarily, thank you. I would prefer if we got moving, if that's alright.
Yes, please, after you. I'll take up the rear guard.
Just out of character, if we're moving, could we take a break?
Yeah, I was just about to lead into that, don't worry. And so, with that, you guys all begin to set off on the road, still trying to get used to your new companions, but there is and still trying to process everything that's happened to you, but you still continue to march on, determined to make it for the lackey, and be prepared for the next time you encounter the Vampire King. And now we take a quick break.
Yep, we'll be back in just under 5 minutes, guys. Enjoy the Commodore 64 music whilst we're gone.
I will.
go back.
I'm gonna go to
Okay.
the bathroom.
Okay, so very quickly, we did it off screen at the same time, but just before they left, Keldrin and Maldrav took some time out to make some pelts out of the bodies of the wolves that once served Strahd. They rolled highly, so they got some good, fine quality pelts out of it, and we're not 100% sure what they're using for yet. Maldrav's considering making himself a badass Night's Watch style cloak, but
It's gonna be amazing.
I mean, they have to get tanned first. We only took them off, so.
true.
Yeah,
Can
sadly
anyone do
Maldrith
the-
isn't Edok, so he's not just gonna wear them.
Can anyone do the good feels magic? Ward needs healing.
He mentions it.
Yeah.
Got a paladin and a cleric. I'm gonna keep my spells, yo.
You look injured, my friend. Would you like some healing?
I wouldn't say no, but I will be watching you suspiciously.
I will try to look as unsuspicious as possible, and I'll pump 10 hit points into him.
Okay. And so you continue your journey along you continue your journey along Vallaki. Thankfully, with Leo as your guide, he assures you that it's really not that much farther to go. You continue round the twisting, winding pathway until you come across an interesting fork. One sign says to Vallaki, the other sign says Castle Ravenloft. And I'm just going to bring you there now, if I can just get Roll20 to work and not take you straight back to the world map.
Would that castle be small and on a hill?
It's large and on a hill.
Okay. Would that hill perhaps be guarded by something?
You...
Who knows?
there was so much there, but anyway, if I can just get to...
Amber
Here we
giants,
are.
perhaps? Oh, wait.
You
I
wouldn't
need a castle
admit-
beneath a hill. My bad.
Oh yeah, that's actually a point. Just for just so whatever character references, do any of you inform Leo of the card fortunes or?
Not
I wouldn't
at
imagine
this
so.
time.
No, I would like to talk to oh god, Irina.
Yeah.
Though,
Yeah, sure.
as we set out.
Okay.
So no, we can see loads of tokens on the map. Is that correct?
Yes, I will
No
inform you
worries.
of what they are first. But first, anything you want to say to Irina? Is who to...
Yes. Strahd kept calling you Tatiana. What's up with that?
I don't know. He calls me that regularly. I believe it was this thing. I try every time I think about Strahd. Don't tell the others this, okay?
Oh,
She leans in closer to you and pulls down her scarf to reveal that there is already a bite mark distinctly on her neck.
Being as I'm right next to her, would I see this?
Don't you guys already know this?
I don't know if she...
we had it hinted at, but it wasn't actually spelled out for us.
Yeah. She whispers and goes, Strahd he's come close but not finished the job, but he's taken away many of my memories. All I remember is the hunger in his eyes, and just your soul belongs to me.
Oh God, but you still know who you are, right? Like, do you have memories of your childhood? I'm being super quiet about this,
Yeah.
by the way.
She goes, afraid not. I remember waking up in the woods one time and then being adopted by my father, and then the rest of it is patches. I don't remember my time before father found me. All I remember...
How old were you?
I think... maybe... 12... It's really... maybe...
Don't.
God, it's so hard.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't mean to pry. I just, I mean.
Yeah, it's just... it's just so difficult. All I remember is that I was lost and alone, and then father adopted me, but they've been so good to me, him and his mug, treating me like I was family, even though I was not related by blood.
Well, that's really sweet of them. And we're like in Falaki, maybe there's someone that can help with that stuff.
I hope so. Thank you.
Or maybe they seem super holy and things. Maybe they know something, but he's from another time. How did that happen? How is that possible?
I don't know
what I got into.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know either. I just assumed you would all be normal escorts, but now there's this giant half-orc who gets angry. That deaf cleric. It's all weird. And that's actually saying a lot considering we're being ruled by a vampire right now.
Oh god. We'll just get somewhere safe and then we can think and talk. And I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not entering the woods again ever after this. Not if I can help it.
Understandable.
So, any tricks with that good field magic, Leo, and I will be forced to rip your head off.
Duly noted, Master Orc.
As you come round the path, you note two things. You see two groups of people heading around the fork. You see, from the side, you can tell that Vallaki is this way. From here, you see that it leads to Castle Ravenloft, which towers above you in the distance.
Castle fucking Ravenloft, oh my god.
There are two distinct parties in front of you. A group of three older men sitting around this campfire, and Keldrin, you recognize from their dress code that they're actually, from the way they dress and some of the sticks they're holding, they're actually druids. They're all sitting there calmly taking in their surroundings. Meanwhile, a much louder mob is standing up to the north side, where it seems like a small crowd is surrounding this youngish man up here, who seems to be very loudly giving a speech. He's going to crowds, "Friends, Barovians, countrymen, this is our time. I know the castle looks big and scary, but trust me, you can do this. Just believe in yourselves."
Can I walk up to that fucking idiot?
Sure.
What's that? Yeah!
People of Barovia, I believe this man is trying to lead you to your deaths.
Ha! That is what Strahd would say. Strahd rules us all through fear. Everyone says the only Lord has given us Strahd as punishment for past sin. Well, I say, enough is enough. We will launch an attack on Strahd, and we will win!
Yeah,
and
finally!
The crowd lets out of
Finally, someone level-headed! Yes! Honor or death!
And this makes the crowd sort of gives a yay!
I can't hear you!
Yeah!
That's
Friend,
more like it!
We've just did battle with Strahd,
and now he's weak! We'll face him and destroy him!
You hear that, fellows? Fate is on our side! Hooray!
I would like to try to persuade them. What? Otherwise.
Okay, make me a persuasion check with disadvantage. I mean, it would have been a normal straight roll, but Ward has given them encouragement. In fact, actually, I'm going to give a slight change of music. Whenever it's high. Yeah, go ahead.
I know that you want this darkness to end. I know that each day the shadows seem to grow colder and longer and darker. But rushing to your deaths will leave only your family behind, your loved ones alone, without any comfort. This man speaks of an attack. No, he speaks of suicide, of slaughter. You would not even make it to the gates without being torn apart. But we, us, heroes, champions, warriors, we will slay Strahd. We will drive back this darkness.
At this point, the crowd sort of quietly turns towards you and starts muttering amongst themselves. Some of them go, well, yeah, I guess he's right. I mean, Strahd is powerful. What are we meant to do? And to your left, another thing goes, I mean, all I've got is a pitchfork. The figure at the top goes, don't listen to him. You can all be heroes as well.
No! Heroes are not men that go off and fight and die in the name of some foolish hope. You are heroes because you survive and endure this darkness. You battle past odds far beyond your counting, and yet you remain, you survive. Do not throw that away. We will drive back the darkness. But what we need is to know that you are all there, safe and secure. For after all, what is a country without its people? If you attack and die, this country loses more than just people. It loses its future. And then Strahd wins.
Strahd wins no matter what we do.
No. You're still alive. The air is still just as sweet. Each rose still as beautiful as the day before. We only lose when we lose hope. And let me tell you, friends, hope has come to you all.
As he goes, outsider. You know, if you lived on here, second here, you would know. I've raised a family that has had. I have raised a family, a child of no soul, in a city with no hope. And you seriously expect me to believe that you can save us?
But you would rush.
We once had a powerful mage telling us he could save, and he fell too. That's why we had to stand up and fight, to show him that we, the people of Barovia, are not afraid of him anymore.
That will do nothing. That is foolish. That's like stepping in a bear trap and expecting it not to hurt because you're brave or not afraid of it. Just because you're not afraid of a thing does not mean it won't kill you. Look, this mage, this powerful, you claim him powerful. Was he stronger than you? Answer, was he stronger than you?
Maybe.
And yet he'd perished. Why? Because Strahd was stronger. You are weaker. Do not rush to your death.
No! He failed because my parents before him were cowards. They say they wanted to fight, but they abandoned him the instant Strahd showed up. Without any help, he fell.
And you think you will make a difference? If you go there now with your pitchforks, and what weapons do the rest of you have? Do you have silver? Do you have holy artifacts that can manage to combat his unholy nature? No. Do you even know how vampires live?
There is a long pause, and someone quietly mutters, "A shovel could probably do something."
Yes. I'm sure Strahd could use it to dig your grave after he's finished with you. But listen to me, and actually listen. Open your ears. Go home. Be safe. Be safe in the knowledge that we, I gesture back to all the people behind me, we will not rest until Strahd is gone. And I do not mean defeated and dead. I mean that every taint, every pustule of corruption he's had on this land is cleansed, and you can live, you can have a family, and you can have hope again. This I promise you, and I'll draw my sword and stab it into the ground.
Jonas,
as king of Voltaria.
They're all very clearly farmers, right? They are not men of arms at all.
Yeah, they are all civilians.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm saying we're still like a huge fucking army of paladins.
Ward is not that much of a dick, so he will just make his way up to the ringleader. You seek vengeance on Strahd, then join us. Be by my side as I plunge my blade into his heart. When the time is right.
The young man looks into your eyes, and he's at first crestfallen, but hearing your offer, Ward, his spirits perk up a bit and says, "Okay, I will. I will follow you anywhere, sir.
First, you must learn strength." And Ward hands him his travel pack.
He grabs it. He barely holds on. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna give him a strength roll.
My God, are you gonna Kainen this dude?
His knees are buckling, but he's managing to stand up surprisingly.
Good. You gain in strength. Now follow me and do as I do.
Whilst all this is going on, The druids start talking amongst themselves, going, "Oh, thank goodness! I was afraid they were just going I was afraid they were just going to throw themselves at death's door." Oh, hello there. Are you travelers?
Hi. Yeah.
Ah, well, if you need to rest, feel free to sit around this campfire.
I mean, we're kind of on our way to the town, but
Oh, Valaki. Oh, sorry, it's just down there. It's just a straight walk from there. You'll probably come across a windmill. Maybe avoid it if you can help it, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
Avoid it? Why?
Oh, I hear there are a lot of rumors. Never been there myself. But oh well.
You're being quite facetious there.
Well, it's because we haven't been there ourselves. We're just humble druids. We like to explore other land, tend to it, carry out the wills of the spirits around us.
has Strahd ever bothered you?
Oh, it's not bothered us at all.
Can I just wonder to myself why all these people are out and about when Strahd seems to be such a massive threat to everyone and has got everyone like pissing themselves?
Is it thinking to yourself or?
Yeah, just to myself. Like, there's something's not right that all these people are just out and about without a care in the world.
I would also like to insight check the druids, because anybody who says we are just humble something is kind of like.
Okay, Keldrin, make me an insight check.
Yeah, I'm in on that as well.
Okay.
Hell, I'll get on that.
Leo's just looking at Ward, wondering, God, I wish I could lie like that.
Keldrin and Seth, they appear to be they have a strange manner, but they seem perfectly pleasant enough. Maldath, something is really, really odd. It's just, as you've noticed, compared to the townspeople who are really, some are scared, some are angry, some are emotional, Strahd, these guys just seemed completely chilled.
Yeah, I'm getting very. I don't know. I'm still getting very with the camp, the gypsy folk.
The Vistani.
The Vistani. There we go. Getting very Vistani vibes off of these guys.
The druids turn and go, wait a minute, is that? Tell me, does one of you use nature magic as well?
I try to make myself even smaller, but kind of put up a hand.
They did that chuckle. It's so nice to see another druid. I don't think I've seen you around, though. Are you new?
Yeah.
Well, if you have any questions, we're more than happy to help.
I have so many questions. Thank you.
Well, if you have a moment, please sit by us, and we'll happily share any information with you.
Was it, just the druids that were giving me a dodgy vibe, or was it the townspeople too?
No, it's the druids. The townspeople, yeah, they pretty much look like people who are incredibly unprepared for this. They did have some adrenaline from the speeches the young man was given, but now that Leo's kind of brought them back down to earth. Some of them look crestfallen, some of them look like they're pissing themselves. Others are just relieved, as if they suddenly waking up and going, "Wait a minute, what the hell are we doing?"
Okay, as the druids are talking to Keldrin, can I just take a closer look at them to see if I can see anything that's amiss?
Okay, make me a perception check in that case. They seem incredibly scruffy compared to the druids you see normally, but otherwise they seem fine.
I'm gonna smile at them and like that sounds nice. I'd love to do that, and I look back to Irina. We made a promise that we'd escort her to safety, and I mean maybe later. If that's, are you gonna still be here? Is that a thing?
We'll always be we will always be wandering around. Although, do you think it's right, my brother? The other one goes, Ah, that should be fine. She is young, and she'll probably need guidance. He then he then pulls out a talisman. It seems to be this small wooden trinket that has a small cluster of wolf hair attached to it. He hands it and goes, "Take this talisman with us. It is connected to the nature. It is connected to the it is connected to the natural magic and spirits of this land, and it also connects you to us, if you wish it."
Thanks. I mean, that's so nice of you. Like, you barely met me and you're giving. Thank you. I will honor it. How does it work? I'll figure it out. I'm fine. Thanks. I'll see you around.
Okay. You touch it, and you feel the natural magic spreading within you, and in fact, make me an Arcana check.
You are now a tree.
You suddenly feel this. You feel a rush of magic. At first, it's the natural energies you expect from. You've had from your many druid meditations in the past, especially with your mentor. But suddenly, you feel this intense darkness and sickness that's wrapped with it. Like, it's the first time you sense it that this land, it is so wrong. It's like the entire land is poisoned, and you actually, your body flares up for an instant, almost like you're about to go into a fever, but you suddenly push through that darkness and hold on to everything you know that is good and natural about the world. That light hiding within the sickly darkness. You come back to your senses, but now your body is slightly trembling. And on top of that,
I let go of the amulet itself and just hold the very end of the cord very gingerly.
the feeling subsides, but your body still can't help but tremble from that experience. And then, whilst this is going on, if I could just find it.
Dear, it's never good if the DMs are looking for things.
A treasure appears before you.
No, sadly not.
Strahd appears in front of us and seppukus himself.
As Ward, you're standing next to the young man and testing him by carrying the satchel, and suddenly you hear this ghastly whisper next to him. "No one will know that you all died here." And then suddenly, slowly descending behind you, is a ghost who descends down. And Ward, you and Leo suddenly hear what sounds like this sort of distant rumble from the ground. You turn just as skeletons start bursting out of the ground.
Can I roll for Zoinks?
Starting on the ground and marching towards the now terrified townspeople.
Flee, Blackie!
I tell you what, my man, you'll be tested today.
Meanwhile, as this is going on, the druids turn back to the classroom and they go, "Oh, that's a shame. I guess God wills they must be punished." Oh, child, what's wrong?
What?
Oh, God says they've been punished. I mean, if it's Strahd's will, well, it's not our place to question, is it?
We are ill prepared for this fight.
Okay.
I drop the amulet. Just like, and go for my axe.
Yeah, I charge the skeletons and just scream, "Run!"
Okay, and with that, Everyone roll me perception checks. I mean, not perception, initiative.
Now I feel like I need to roll a perception check as well. Ward hands the man a hand axe, and he says, "This will not hurt the ghost, but it'll make you feel like you're doing something."
I generally thought you were just going to give him a weapon and be like, attack, go for it.
Okay, and there we go.
I'm sorry, I don't have 7 to my initiative. That should be 15. I was auto-rolling the attack roll.
Enough.
Just out of character, I really want to see a Ward Edot crossover at some point.
Okay, so who's about 20? Looks like
Maldrath finally did well with the thing.
Okay. So...
I am not rolling well today, guys.
Neither am I, apparently.
Good.
Time for some mana potion to celebrate.
Hold it up to the camera once more. Let him see it cool. Yeah, that's a cool.
Yeah, that's really sick.
That's a beverage.
Sorry, Jonah. Did I manage to charge some distance before the initiatives, or?
I will say you got as far as 1 second. I'll say you got as far as here.
Yep, awesome.
Okay, and so top of the round, Maldath, you're up.
These druids, are they hostile or are they just watching things like, oh, it's just got to be done?
Yeah, at this point they're just sort of watching things like, oh, it's natural, but yeah, basically.
Okay. So I'm not getting any sort of hostile vibes, they're just going to let whatever happens happens.
Yeah, they're just sitting and chilling.
Alright then.
Fucking druids.
Alright, Maldrath's gonna have learned his lesson from last time and just not get into melee range with these maniacs.
Okay.
But he... I'll just... These guys are skeletons, aren't they? The tokens in front of Ward, or are they the townsfolk?
They're townsfolk.
They're all townsfolk.
I cannot see any skeletons or anything.
Yeah, these skeletons are on the far right-hand side here. There's 3 of them. It's the art style. For some reason, all the commoners are given this blue tint. So.
Yeah, they look pretty undead.
They look frozen.
Yeah, I can see that.
Their hearts are frozen by a lack of hope.
Yeah, probably.
There is a ghost right next to them. They could all be frozen in fear.
True.
Anyways, I'll move up there.
Okay.
That should put me in range of pretty much all of them.
Okay.
Extreme range, I might add. Well, I guess I will chill touch. I'll chill touch this one.
Okay.
For some reason, it's not pinging. Now my pings are broken.
Okay. Roll a spell attack.
Anyway, it's the one furthest away from everyone.
This one here?
Yeah. I realised why it was broken, so I didn't have it on click.
Ah, fair enough.
It was still on the measure.
And I believe that's a hit. I'm just double checking. Because that's the one spell character sheet I forgot to open in advance. And I had the tool key down there. Pretend you didn't hear that. Yep, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
Cool. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You manage to... Your ghostly hand flies out and the finger sort of runs across the forehead, doing a small damage. So your skeleton just kind of stops, shakes its head, and then continues its march forward.
Disadvantage is still good.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to get close to me to do disadvantage this turn, but oh well.
Might get close to me.
I think it's only against me he gets disadvantage.
Let me double check that. Let me check Undead Wiki.
gonna have to wait for him to get bunched up, and then it'll
Oh, it is against
spread.
you. It's just against you. You are right.
Yeah, it looks like it, I'm afraid. Okay. And with that, next up in the round, Keldrin, you're up.
Can I see the skeletons? I don't think so, right? I mean, they would be difficult for me to spot.
You could just about see this one over here, not the full army.
But I can see a spoopy ghost.
Yes, the ghost is, it's on a rise, so it's basically floating right next to the, young leader.
Okay, ghost. What do I do with ghosts?
+2 to spoop.
+2 to spoop. And I'm gonna... I guess this is gonna be my opening move now. I'm gonna cast my moonbeam on it.
Okay, go ahead.
Shabam!
So, the circle starts to materialize underneath the ghost, and moonlight starts to shine down. The ghost is lets out a hideous shriek as the light starts to slowly burn her.
Good rolls.
Indeed, yes. 1 second. Oh good, it is looping. Okay.
And as I do this, I just like look from her to the druids, to her to the druids, just like, is this okay? Are they gonna attack me now?
The druids go, why are you fighting the inevitable? Why are you going against our gods?
He's not my god! He's a repulsive cabbage!
The druids will give you a curious look. Of course he's a godchild. He controls the beasts. He controls the weather. He is in every part of this land. How could he not be a god? Especially when it's our job as druids to make sure the nature functions properly.
Oh, he's a sucky god!
The druids are starting to leer at you now.
Oh shit.
Okay, and with that, Ward, you're up.
Ghost! Sword! Yeah! And Ward makes an attack at the ghost.
Okay.
That person next to it, is he the young man I gave an axe?
Yes.
Is he threatening the ghost?
He is trying to do an
So
impressive
if I
fighting stance, but he's horribly shaking.
Game-wise, if I went opposite him, would I get flanking?
Yes.
I will do that.
Good enough.
I'm also adding
Oh,
movement
bonus
clip as
action
well.
rage. Forgot to say it.
Okay,
Am I
fair
still
enough.
good?
Yes, I believe you are, and let me just check something here. Yes, you swing your sword straight at it, desperate to save the young man you've now taken on as an apprentice slash bag carrier. The sword, it swings straight through the ghost, and it's... You don't know if it hurt it, but it does seem to be annoyed. Roll your damage, I believe? Yeah. Okay, so that's resistance, so
And
half
with
it,
that,
that's...
Ward descends into darkness once more and puts on the mask.
Nice.
No one cared who he was until he put on the mask.
Okay, and with that, Seth, it's your turn.
Move a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to take aim at the ghost and I'll go with a sharpshooter to open.
Righto. You shoot. You fire straight at the ghost, and it just seems to shimmer. The arrow passes straight through it and off into the distance, tinking against a rock on the other side. Yeah, sorry, no, dude. Leo, you're up.
Right, I will charge the middle zombie. Skeleton, sorry.
Okay.
As I do, I shout, Ward, make them flee. They can't fight these things.
Ward is in the zone and he can't hear. He registers it, but he does nothing.
I did not expect him to.
You swing your sword at him, but to your surprise, the skeleton raises the brittle sword and manages to catch your blade. You just managed to catch it just on the edge where the sword snapped.
That's me done.
Okay, and with that, it now comes to them. The ghost stares at you all, contemplating what it does. It stares at all you in a cackle. Decisions. Decisions. Oh. And then...
Why waste your time on the weak ones? Come, fight me.
Oh, all of you. Okay, and...
Sorry, I have one rules question.
Mm-hmm.
It says here, if a creature starts its turn in the moonbeam, it takes damage.
Oh,
When
okay.
a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or it starts its turn there.
Okay, that is true. Okay, yeah, that's true. I forgot to do that previously. Apologies for that. Roll
Yeah,
extra damage to it.
I forgot too. I just like reread it and was like, hang on a second.
Okie doke, roll damage. And with that, hang on a second. The ghost swings round and then decides, do I kill you all now or... Oh, I know. And then moves towards the young man and is going to try and possess him.
Do I get an opportunity attack as it walks away?
I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
That looks like... Oh, wait, that's Ward's thing. Okay, so you take a swing at it and just manage to catch it as it flies away. Roll your damage.
I'm sincerely hoping my silver longsword does something to it.
Probably needs magic.
Probably does.
You catch it, the ghost is annoyed, but it still flies and then goes to possess the young man, who swings his axe at it, and then just in the confusion, the ghost flies straight into his body. And at first the young man goes silent, and then turns up to you, raises his head, turns to you, Ward, and goes, "Thank you for the axe," and leaps straight towards this young man here.
Oh no, that's really gonna annoy me. I was hoping he would attack me.
And he actually throws himself, and the farmer just manages to duck out of the way, going, "Oh, oh, oh," and just drops back, holding the pitchfork at him as if to defend himself. Like he's... The ghost looks up and says, "What's wrong? Follow me into battle." At which point, the man stares at him with a pitchfork, then drops it and runs as far as he can in the opposite direction. And the other commoners do the same, all running for their lives. I'll say these ones make it out. Meanwhile, this skeleton advances forward to around here and is going to draw its short bow. And he manages to make a clean shot, shooting one of the men in the back and taking him out instantly.
No!
Meanwhile, the skeleton fighting you, Leo, swings its sword at you. Let's see. And at 21, he manages to push your sword aside and slams it down towards your neck, and you take 5. You take 5 points of piercing damage.
No worries.
And this guy up top is going to use his advantage to try and shoot you with his short bow. And he manages to shoot you again, just catching you along the neck, and you take 8 points of piercing damage.
No worries.
Okay. Meanwhile, the druids slowly get up and start walking towards you and say, "My child, understand that you are making a grave mistake. If you continue to stray down this path, we may have no choice." And with that... Oh, sorry.
But he already singled me out! Us out! I don't have any choice anymore!
He has marked you. Oh dear. And with that, Maldaf, you're up.
Did I hear what the druid said?
Make me a perception check. You were in the middle of a battle right now. It's high. It's all a bit. It's chaotic and muffled, but you slowly started to hear. Your attention is drawn by Keldrin making, yelling, "He's a stupid god," and then you start slowly picking up him. Bits and pieces of their conversation, but enough to get the gist that they're slowly starting to turn against you.
What a sticky situation. Right, what I'm going to do is I can address them and still attack something else, can I, in my own turn?
Yes, you can. Talking to free action.
Alright. And I'm completely unfamiliar with sort of the rules of possession and stuff. Will radiant damage hurt the host, or will it just hurt the
I'll
the
double
ghost?
check, but I'm 90% sure that, yeah, it will hurt him. In fact, make me an since you know about this, make me an Arcana check.
Oh, Arcana.
Okay.
I've got a religion check that might do better.
Okay, which is a higher modifier, your religion or your Arcana?
My religion.
Okie doke. What would that add to the score?
Be +3.
Okay, so that would be... Okay, well, so, it's a religion check. You are racking your brain because you're being distracted by what the druids are going on and what else is going on. You remember that when they're possessed, the ghosts can't actually... They're possessed, all damage will go to the host. You know that there's a possibility that one of the spells you have, or maybe even the one Leo has, might be able to get him out, but you're racking your brain trying to think of which one it is, and you can't remember.
Does the villager now count as undead, or is he living?
He's living. The ghost is undead.
So would a chill touch affect both or just the host? As I'm way out of my element.
Yeah, I'm just double checking the rules on this. Let's see. You're still racking your brains. You're not sure who it hurts, but it might do something.
Alright. In that case, I think chill touch is a 60-foot range, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
Oh, 120 foot, that's
nice.
In that case, I will position myself down here, throw a chill touch onto the possessed farmer man.
Okay, roll your spell attack. That definitely hits. Roll your damage.
Oh, Jesus, a 1? Seriously? Out of like all 8 numbers, it had to be 1 again.
Switch your dice color. Seriously. See if it works.
The hand flies towards you, but it grasps the guy's head. The man that freezes like just completely stands still for a second, and the ghost he shudders a bit like something's gonna happen, and then suddenly his senses snap back, and he goes and then turns inside towards you. What are you?
I'm busy right now, actually. And I'll turn my attention to the druids, and I'll say, Strahd is no god. He is an abomination that must be purged. Oh my god. If you reach down and deep inside yourself, you'll see that he is not the true balance.
Reg me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
I believe in you, Maldraff.
Please don't suck. You sucked.
The druids all stare at you and go, "Oh dear, oh dear. You are a very bad influence for this child." And with that, Keldrin, you're up.
I'm going to use the time-honored practice of trying to run away from my troubles. I'm gonna move... Hang on. Gonna move, like, over here.
Okay.
Where I can see some of the skeletons.
Yes. You can just about see this one halfway through tree, so that he has, like, half cover, and this one high on top of the ledge.
Okay. I'm gonna move my moonbeam to the one on top of the ledge.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hurt the poor dude with the ghost stuck in him.
Oh, I know.
Poor guy. So I'm gonna try and smash that skeleton up there.
Okay. You move your circle and throw it straight towards the skeleton that's standing on top of the hill. Remind me, is it damage this turn or when is next turn?
Okay, the exact wording is when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there.
Okay, so with that wording,
it's entering,
you know what? Either
it's
way,
for the
we're
first
gonna have
time.
to. Yeah, and either way, we're gonna have to roll it anyway. So let's just do it now. So roll your damage.
So this is the damage for entering the raid for the first time. I think
Okay.
that's the wording. Jesus, is that 10?
And you shine it straight at the skeleton, who stares at the light for a second and then goes and slowly melts.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. And anything else you'd like to do? Or is that your turn?
No, I'm trying to pretend that my troubles aren't here.
Okay, Ward, you're up.
Ward slowly looks ahead at the melting zombie and whispers to himself, Noise! Noise! And then he tries to grapple the person.
Okay. Keep in mind, he's leapt down the... It's not a small rise, it's only like 5 feet, so you're kind of just all reaching down to grab him.
I will just get on level footing with him. That would be much easier.
Fair enough.
Hop down 5 feet, and then... So, a grapple is just an attack roll first, right?
Yes.
Can I do that recklessly? Can I recklessly...
It is an attack.
Yeah, can I
true.
recklessly... just grab him! I wish I'd try
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your reckless grapple. Yeah, honestly, I think even with the 8 you would have done it. You leap towards him and you grapple the helpless man who drops the axe as you squeeze him in a full-on bear hug. I mean, it's probably going to be academic, but go ahead and make a strength roll.
I love how you call him a helpless
Ward
man
is
after he's
trying,
been...
not to destroy him, if that helps.
Okay, you're not actually... I should say you're not actually hurting him. It's just that the sheer force of your bear hug caused him to drop the axe.
You've got advantage because you're rich as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, the last one should have been +5 instead of +6, but regardless,
Well,
the first one was
either
an
way,
18.
yeah. So you are holding him tight. Like, the ghost is trying to struggle, and it's whispering stuff like, "Your death is inevitable." But at the moment, she is still a very weak young man in the clutches of a half-orc.
You're going nowhere.
All right, and with that, Seth, it's your turn. And yeah. I'll say you're right next to them, so yeah, you've heard everything the druids have said as well.
Yeah, they haven't gone openly hostile quite yet, though, have they?
No, they're just they're rising and they're looking very, very stern. You can interpret that however you wish.
Gonna move for a moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna ping this skeleton.
Go ahead. You aim a focus, and in your with all the confusion, you decide to shoot and aim straight for the heart, and forgetting that there's technically not really heart there, it's a skeleton, so it just sort of flies through the holes in the rib cage and out the other side.
I think the wrong profession.
Okay, and with that, unless do you want to make any other actions like a hunter's mark? Or?
No.
Okay, with that, Leo, you're up.
So this skeleton will get an attack opportunity as I'm going to move in front of the one with the bow to try to shield him from, or shield the last remaining townsfolk there.
Righto. And oh yes.
This is my bane, this skeleton. That does hit.
Oh, 18 hits. Yeah, you run at it.
Oh wait, no. Sorry, man. I'm being an idiot. It does not hit.
Yeah, you turn around and it just misses as you charge back and stand in front under the skeleton, banging your blade against its shield before raising its shield right in front of its eyes, which you're hoping blocks it, but it's kind of hard to tell since
I'm going to
it's
attack
skeleton.
it as well.
Oh yeah, and then you attack it. And yeah, you swing and it tries to raise its blade and catches it, but you give it just a little extra shove and you manage to stab it right in the center of the head. Roll your damage. And of that, it just manages to survive. It's you can see a massive crack developing across its skull, and it slowly pushes itself away, but you can tell it's falling apart. One more good hit and it's done. And with that, the skeleton clacks at you, and then launches into another short sword attack.
Does it drop its bow?
Holy crap! Yeah, it quickly drops its bow and runs out the short sword, and in a similar gesture to what you did, rams its sword towards your head. You take 10 points of piercing damage.
No worries.
And meanwhile, this skeleton here is gonna try and take one more shot at the villager over here as he flees.
So is he drawing his short bow, is he? Because that was the one
Yeah.
that attacked me with a sword last time.
Yeah, he's picking the short bow. And yes, he manages to fires his bow, and it like the villager tries to duck, but he's just a bit too slow, and it hits him across the neck, and it takes him out. Meanwhile, the ghost still desperately tries to wrestle out of the young man's grip. And completely fails to do so. In fact, it can not move at all, whilst Ward still holds on with barely breaking a sweat. In fact, he's not even putting that much effort into it. He's just that strong.
You know, this new meat suit is just not fitting well. It's gonna give him blisters.
Meanwhile, the druids start to slowly crowd around you.
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Ah!
They each of them want to be as they surround Maldath. They go. What was that roll for?
That was just my opposed strength, just for the
Oh,
sake of
okay,
it.
fair enough. The druids start raising their weapons, and the one nearest you, Keldra, just goes, "Do not worry, child. We shall cleanse this bad influence away. This is your last chance to surrender."
Oh, fuck.
What? That's it. She doesn't say anymore.
And with that, we go back to the top of the round. Maldath, your turn.
Are they openly hostile now?
They are raising their sticks. They're basically waiting for Keldrin's answer, but you get the feeling that if they don't like what they hear, they're going to start beating you around the face with those clubs.
If I move, will I take attacks of opportunity?
Yes.
Fuck.
I mean, they don't have the answer yet, so you don't know.
I think at the moment they're negotiating. From the look in their eyes, they're probably just waiting for the excuse to hit you at this point.
I'm so sorry. You're gonna go down again.
Oh man, what am I gonna do now? Shit. Right.
Use a
If I
withdraw action?
I don't even think I've got any of those.
Sadly, no.
That's just that's an action you can take. Yeah, I don't think it gets you very far though. Let me look it up.
You can spend your attack or your action to disengage, which means no attacks of opportunity.
I thought that was only rogues, but never.
Rogues do it as a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Oh man. If I try any sort of like deception or intimidation, would it still be at disadvantage? Are they so like fanatical in their belief?
If you intended to, you get the feeling that they probably won't be persuaded to stop following Strahd, but you're more than welcome to try any other tactic.
It is an action, but it means that your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks for the rest of your turn. So you can do disengage. But it's going to be your action and your movement to do that.
Being as Malrath is super fucking squishy right now, would I be able to take my full movement?
It doesn't say anything about half movement, so it's just, yeah.
Right, I shall bravely run away then.
Okay. You can instantly see where this is going. Alright, so as they all turn towards Keldrin, expecting their answer, you just see the opportunity and bolt, and the druid suddenly turn around like, wait, what?
Look over there! And just run.
Basically, that's what happened, yes.
I'll do the old Marty McFly. Right, I'm going to shift myself up towards Ward.
Okay. Alrighty then, and with that, Seth, you're up.
I'm gonna hold my action for when one of the druids make an attack against any of my allies, and I'll then hit them with a ranged attack.
Okay, fair enough. And with that, Leo, it's your turn.
Try to do something to a skeleton in front of me.
Okay. You grip your sword. Blood is slowly covering your eyes, but you manage to put on through it. You swing, and for a moment you think that you missed, but you manage to adjust the angle just at the right time to slam straight into its neck. And with that, the skeleton goes down.
Question: would I have heard these druids discussing this?
Make me a perception check. With disadvantage, just because you've been clobbered in the head, and you at the time your priority was the civilians.
And we are behind like rocks and shrubbery.
Yeah.
Shrubbery!
So
You hear
someone would
somebody-
pick up on that.
Yeah, unfortunately it was a...
I don't know why I rolled it 3 times there.
Yeah,
None.
and it wouldn't have counted anyway. Honestly, you hear some mumblings going on, but you don't quite know what's going on. Like, the all you really notice is that Maldav just suddenly ran that direction. You're not 100% sure why. Maybe he's trying to help.
He ran heroically.
I'm
Yes.
going to go over to Maldraff just so I'm behind this big rock and I don't get shot by a skeleton.
Okay. Alright, and with that, it comes to them. And I just want to double check something. Okay, the ghost, the ghost as it goes, it stares up at you, Water, and goes, "What are you gonna do? Hold me like this forever?"
If I need to, like you could get away.
Oh. And did you know that the young man is suffering right now? Drowning in fear. He can feel everything you do.
We all suffer, spirit. Soon I'll put an end to yours.
The ghost stares at him and goes, that's at him and goes, "Come on. You know you want to snap him and get it over with." And tries to do wiggle out again just for the heck of it. But you still hold on for them getting tight. Meanwhile, this skeleton, he moves round behind the rock and takes a shot at you, Ward. Uh, 19, does that hit?
It does.
At this point, the skeleton comes around behind, takes his hand and draw the bow, and shoots you at the stationary target, and the arrow sinks deep into your right shoulder. Are you still ranged?
Yeah, I did an attack roll on my turn.
Okay, in that case, you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Good stuff.
Meanwhile, the druids now move to crowd around you, Keldrin. Let's go. We still seek an answer, child. Please, don't make the mistake these ones are making.
It didn't even have a turn yet.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I completely missed it. Go. Okay, so go ahead.
Well, I'm just gonna combine it with their thing. I'm gonna look them in the eye and just suddenly stand straight and be like, I come from the outside. It's better there, and I will get back. And as I stare one of them in the face, I just move the moonbeam onto the last skeleton.
Okay, go ahead. 1 second. These, you move the moonbeam towards the skeleton, and the druids slowly watch as they see a beam of light shooting up behind the rock, and you can hear as it slowly starts to melt.
And then I close my eyes and wait for what's coming. Brace for pain.
Okay. And alright, continuing the rest of their turn. The druids see this and they move towards you going, it's so sad. This child is so lost. It looks like their hands start glowing. We shall have to show you the true path. At that point...
Can I back up? Something? Anything? No, probably no.
At that point, you suddenly hear "Tap!" as Irina charges up and stabs one of the druids in the back whilst you're still attacking.
Does it?
Yeah, I just looked it up, but it doesn't matter right now.
Shit, sorry.
It's fine.
Should read my spells.
It's fine, don't worry. She manages to stab the druid in the back, and he's completely broken his concentration, like, "Ugh!" and turns around to look at her.
Can I get off my hold action as well?
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, did the skeleton that got moonbeamed, is that dead now?
No, it's still kicking. It's just
Okay.
barely holding together. Yeah, that's a definite hit.
It's because the website that I'm using doesn't actually specify saves. Sorry, I'll find a better one.
Okay, it's fine. Let's see, that's 5. Yeah, you... no problem. You shoot... I'm assuming it's this guy here? Either way, he makes 5 points of piercing damage as he's still reeling around trying to figure out who stabbed him in the back, and then gets hit straight in the shoulder. Okay. The druids then start all looking around, wondering what the heck's going on, and this one, let's see, has he used all his movement? Okay, he has just enough movement to try and go towards Irina. He throws his quarterstaff at her, and he reels backwards as the wood smacks her across the face. Making 8 points of damage in the process. And we now go back to the top of the round. Maldaf, you're up.
I will... I want to see if I can deal with this ghosty, but if they come out of the body, then it's going to be one less of us to deal with, isn't it? Because they're pretty much only affected by magic at this point, I think.
Yes.
Oh, man.
It has to be a very specific spell. Like, I will let you do another religion check. This time just a single roll, since you're slightly calmer and there's less stuff going on behind you. You're still racking your brains and thinking, oh, what was it? What was it? What was it? Something to do with evil. Ah, curses.
I'm just there going like, I probably don't even have this spell prepared. Oh my god.
Okay. So with that, who are you going for? The skeleton or the ghost?
I think, all things considered, and Maldrath being fairly rational, he'll go for the skeleton, being as that's the more effective target, I think.
Okay.
And I guess he'll try a Sacred Flame.
Okay, I'm at the dex save. Yeah, you see the skeleton slowly being torn apart by the light. You shoot another ball of flame straight at the skeleton, which catches fire and it instantly disintegrates, taking it out.
Happy days. Would I still be able to make an intimidation or anything towards the druids, or would that be an action?
You can try talking to them, yes.
Just talking.
I mean, you are a distance though, so you will be having to yell at them. I mean, technically you haven't moved yet, so if you want, you can move up to them and then make the intimidation.
I'll just move a bit closer. I don't want to close range too much, even though they could probably reach me if they wanted.
Okay.
I'll move to there.
Okay.
And... no, I guess that'll do. I don't want to go too much. I'll save what I've got, I reckon.
Okay. Alrighty, so, Keltrin, you're up.
Okay. Okay. I think it's Ward first, but I'm
No,
very confused.
it was you first. I got it wrong the last time.
Okay, cool. Right. Then I'm gonna move the moonbeam closer to me. And I'm just gonna be like, please don't make me do this, please don't make me do this, please don't make me do this. Is there any indication that they're getting spooked?
The bees moving land, they're more looking sad than anything.
But they're not leaving.
No, they're not leaving.
No. Okay, I'll move it on the one that's in between me and Irina.
Oh wow. Okay, so.
And this time I won't forget the Constitution save.
Okay, so I'll make the con. Is it now or?
DC. Yeah, now for half damage. And it's DC. Hang on, 13, I think.
Yeah, they don't make it.
All right.
So, the druid, gives them a sad look. As almost saying, "Please, child, don't." But then you seeing Irina slowly reeling away from the wound you've taken, and from everything you experienced on that amulet, you grit your teeth and throw the beam straight into them. Roll your damage. The druid grunts and grinds, but he's still standing and looking slowly angry at you.
I told you not to make me do this. Please just leave. Please just leave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, Ward, are you here?
Does Ward hear this?
No, at the moment he's busy trying to keep the guy. You've been entirely focused on keeping the young man in your grip.
I thought so. Ward is just gonna hold on to him. It's gonna mean the rage fades, but he will keep him down. He'll try and push him down to the ground, if possible.
Okay. Yeah, we'll say that's a continued part of the grapple. Make me a strength check and I'll roll against it.
So while I'm still raging, which is this turn, that will be with advantage, right?
Yes.
Wow,
Thank God for
sucks.
advantage. You slowly start to push him towards the ground, and the young man's fighting with everything they've got, but again, the greatest strength pushes out, and your rage is slowly starting to fade, as you're now just feeling really sorry for this young man. And with that, Seth, your action.
I'm gonna go for a sharpshooter shot on the druid in between Keldrin and Irina.
Go for it. You try to aim for it, but the Keldrin flying the moonbeam into it makes it so bright you can't actually see, and the arrow whizzes past them overhead. And with that, Leo, it's your turn.
I will drop my sword and draw my longbow and shoot at the one. No. I'm just gonna approach, try to persuade them to stop this nonsense.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say, look. You say I didn't hear any of this. This is so awkward.
Well, I think I'll throw the bone and say, seeing that Irina has her sword drawn, Keldrin just threw a moonbeam at her, and Seth tried to shoot her, you're quickly starting to gather, okay, I think these druids have turned on us. You don't know
my
the reason
friends
why.
alone.
Kelvin is also still like she's just constantly babbling. I'm sorry. Please, just leave, please.
Yeah, you get the idea of what's going on.
So I reckon this is beyond words at this point.
Well, you guess that they're in a combat situation. You're not 100% sure why, though.
But looking at them, do I reckon it's possible to talk them down, or are they dead set on this now?
Well, they're looking a mixture of shocked and angry that one of them is being continuously bombarded. They were not expecting Keldrin to get flip like this.
I suppose I attack. I have no other fucking. I didn't hear the conversation, so I don't know what this is
Yep.
about.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
I've clicked it. It will load in a second.
Okay.
Those fancy macros.
Eventually. Yeah, you swing straight at him, roll your damage.
Stop this nonsense!
Yes, please stop.
You swing and slam straight across the back. The druid flinches, but still just manages to stay up. And with that, it turns to them. The druids pick up their weapons, and the one closest here suddenly starts to swing again towards Irina, but then suddenly they all twitch, as if they were suddenly heard a loud noise, and then this one backs up and drops it and goes, "Forgive us, we did not know. We did not know." Meanwhile, the one in the beam is going to have to make a Constitution save.
DC 13.
Just made it with 14, so half damage, I believe it was.
Yep.
Well, that's
That's
academic.
6.
It melts.
That's 6.
He takes a pauses as he hears the voice, and then yells, "Forgive me!" as he melts into nothingness. Meanwhile, the ghost, still in the grip ward, it pins and just goes, "You're no fun," and manages to break out. It's now staring you directly in the face, and she then... I'm just gonna check something here.
Don't
I
do
really
it.
wanted to.
Don't
I really
do
wanted
it.
to do something up there, but I also did not see that man be possessed.
No.
Oh, gee.
Oh
Don't
god.
do it.
The wording of this, it does not make it clear whether this is an action or not.
What does it say?
It,
Says we're screwed.
If it's
Okay.
possession, they can only use it once, and they have to roll a d6, and on a 6 they get it back.
yes, so I'm just seeing whether possession is actually an action. That's what oh, the ghost ends it as a bonus action. In that case, the ghost flies in front of you, and then
So hope it doesn't roll a 6, because Ward being possessed would suck.
Oh my god, that's so many dice.
14. She raises her hand and then plunges it into the young man's back. You watch as he cries out in a horrible pain and his body like twists and contorts, and he lets out a terrified scream before he dies in front of you.
I freaking knew she was gonna do that. That's so annoying. You've given me good resource to expend on you.
And with that, Maldaf, you're up.
Oh man, my plan has just been thrown off. Right, let's see. Thing is, I'm still really not used to clerics. Do they still get, an action and a bonus action, or how does that work?
Yeah, they still get an action and a bonus action. It whether or not they can use the spell entirely depends on what what the activation of the spell is. Whether you can use it as a bonus action or an attack.
Well, it says casting time, 1 bonus action.
Okay, yeah. In that case, you can use it as a bonus action and then do another action.
Not that this will probably do much good, but can I cast a Shield of Faith on Keldrin?
Yep, you can.
Do I need to roll for that, or does it just happen?
Nah, just +2 AC.
Okay, so
Bargain.
You do need,
You see-
is it touch though? You have to get over there.
No, it just says a shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range.
What's the range?
What is the range? 60 foot.
okay,
sweet.
yeah. In that case, it's fine. You see everything that's going on and see Keldrin's sphere. You reach out a hand and a shimmering field appears around her.
And
Thanks.
I'm not sure what your AC is, but every little helps.
It's better now. It's way better now.
Alright, so with ghosties, I'm assuming that, necrotic stuff would probably be good. But then again, I don't have a huge amount of that. I need to level up to be good.
Actually, make me a religion check.
Please don't suck this time. It's decent.
Yeah, you think through all the spell, and in the first clarity you've had, you realise, wait a minute, necrotic won't work on them. That is it is poisonous effect on the body. So so you're thinking that no, necrotic damage is not going to do anything against this ghost. It's going to have to be basically, if you're going to have to do any kind of damage at all, it's going to have to be something that's it's going to have to be anything that's not cold, necrotic, or poisonous, not something that can't affect a physical body.
With cleric spells, do I get one use of them during a rest, or do I have to rest again to get them?
It depends on your spell slots.
As I said, I've not played a cleric at all ever, so
For every
Okey-doke.
spell you have prepared, you can cast it as many times as you have spell slots.
Cantrips you can use as many times as you like, though.
yeah, that's why I've been just using cantrips the whole time because I know how they work. Alright, so if I'm level 2, that would be what, a casting level of 1, is it?
You're level 3.
Yeah,
Am I?
yeah. Everyone's level 3 right now.
Bargain. So I get 2 goes of that then, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, well I just have to do Sacred Flame again on it.
Okay.
So you have 4 level 3 spells and 2 level 2 spells you can cast today.
Oh, holy crap.
Okay.
Well, I think it passed anyway, so.
Okay.
Did you mean level 2 and level 1? Because you said level 3 and level 2.
Yes.
Okay. You shoot a flame at it. It manages to just dodge out the way and avoid it. And with that, Keldrin, you're up.
Okay, I see. I heard the scream of the kid. Yeah.
You heard the scream of the. Actually, you're maybe a perception check.
That makes sense.
That's not everything that's going on.
Where the fuck is the there?
No, you did not. Unfortunately, the screams of them and the druid kind of blended into one. Plus, you're still panicking right now.
Damn it! Okay. Then I'm gonna use my Cure Light Wound spell on myself.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
Yeah. Hang on. Does
That's 10.
Maldrath looks wounded? Yeah. I mean, I know from
yeah,
before that
he looks lightly wounded.
I'm gonna toss you a healing word. Thanks for helping me.
Maldrath will.
And that's a total of 5 hit points that you regain.
I'm assuming Maldrath will feel the healing force.
Yeah, you're still wondering about what to do, and then suddenly you hear "Thank you for helping me" in the distance, and it seems to have a nice ring to it, and you feel a warm glow, and the wounds start to heal up.
And I'll keep the moonbeam right there, and try and oh man, I can't back up.
I will say at this point, the druids seem to be just staring at the guy shaking. They seem to be completely ignoring you now.
Okay, then I'm gonna back up in that direction.
Okay then.
I shall turn and nod at Keldrin respectfully.
And with that, Ward, it's your turn.
Well, Ward is chewing out his gums now because he's grinding his teeth so intently and shaking with anger. He will enter his 3rd rage of the day, plus he's level 3 now. So, with that, he will recklessly attack the ghost. For better or worse, he wants to destroy that supernatural menace.
Go ahead.
I believe in you, Ward.
Uh, 17 was the best.
And you just completely snap. You leap up over the ledge and you swing. Go ahead and roll your damage. And with that, you swing, and the ghost's misty corporeal form wraps itself around the sword, but then slowly starts to pull apart. And consumed by your rage, you swing again. Each time, the ghost is slowly being torn apart, like a gust of wind rushing through its misty corporeal form. And it can not hold itself together for long enough as you keep swinging, until eventually you hear a... And the screams disappear on the wind, and the ghostly mist disappears and fades away.
Hot diggity damn! You killed the ghost!
At the same time, the druids they slowly regain their senses and turn to Irina saying, "Forgive us, we did not know. Don't resist him. He wants you. He will have you." And with that, the druids start to walk away. And as they do so, they turn to you one last time, Keldrin, and said, "I beg you, young girl. You have walked out a very dangerous path." And with that, they leave, walking off.
Under my breath, I'm gonna whisper, "I figured that out by myself, but thanks."
You underestimate my power.
I'm going to walk over to Irina real quick and put another 5 hit points into her.
Okay, she looks up at you and goes, "Thank you." And then turns to Keldra and said, "Sorry, I tried to help, but I couldn't do much in the end."
I think you helped a lot. Thanks. Oh, God. Did they leave the amulet?
Yeah, the talisman they left you, it's still lying on the ground where you dropped it.
Okay. I'm gonna go crouch down next to it and just look at it.
You look at it, and you still... It's hard to explain. It feels like your skin tingles a little, as if you can sort of feel it still having a pull on you, but again, you still try to hold on to what you know, about your magic, what you know about the nature, everything you know about the calling.
Leo is going to walk over to the ringleader's body, and he's going to pick up the shovel that I assume one of the other guys dropped when he ran away.
Yeah, most of them dropped their weapons.
And he's just going to start digging.
I'd like to move over to Leo and be like, "What are you doing? We can't leave the bodies. They shall rise again. They must be burnt."
We should bring them back to their family, right? I mean, how far away are we from Falaki? Can we see it?
I would say, if I just check the map, I would say you can kind of see some towns in the distance, but it would take probably another half-day's walk. In the distance, you see a windmill on top of the hills, and then just beyond it, what looks to be a small couple of towers. It's still pretty much half a day's walk. And I will just say, for the sake of the time and everything that's been going on, it's coming to around late afternoon-ish, like, I would say 5 o'clock.
No worries.
Wait, there's a windmill and there's towers beyond that.
Yes. So the windmill first, and then the towers just beyond that.
So Leo is going to... Did he have a weapon on him? What weapon did he have? Not the one he was given, but what was the actual weapon he had?
The weapon he had, you check it up the side, and you see that it's another pitchfork.
No worries. So I'm going to bury the axe Ward gave him. And then I'm going to stick the pitchfork in next to it. You're right, Maldrath. I wasn't thinking. We should burn the bodies.
Maldrath will give Leo a respectful, I guess you could call it a stare, for lack of a better word. Just an understanding, you know.
And I'll pick the other 2 dead bodies up and bring them over and make a little pyre, I suppose. If we need a fire, we'll use the one over by the druids.
Wood takes
on the campfire.
Wood takes the body from Leo before he gets to it and takes it himself, but doesn't speak.
Well, I mean, I would take in the other 2. The other guy's already there.
Yeah. Also, there's a dead druid.
I don't care about him.
Stack them all up.
I mean, we don't want him to rise either. No, whatever. This is out of character.
Irina steps forward and looks at all the carnage surrounding her and goes, "I knew things were bad, but my God, what has Strahd done to this land?"
I just know it feels like everything just feels wrong, and even they should have known like how it's supposed to be, but I don't know what's happening. I want to go home.
It's not just this land. His reach goes far out beyond.
Irina puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "Probably not. This is all we Barovians have ever known. I've always known that the land is full of horrors, and that Strahd is its ruler, but this is worse than I could have ever imagined. I'm so sorry."
Don't apologize, it's not your fault. Don't worry, it's always darkest before the dawn.
Strahd, doesn't fight with honor, he fights like a coward with games. Yet another innocent life fell to my hand because of my actions.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
Use it, Ward. Let it fuel you.
Irina, at that point, rather shakily stumbles towards the campfire and says, I'm sorry, I need a moment to rest and get over it. Would you mind if I rested a second?
The Valak is about half a day travel, right?
Yeah, you remember this from your experience walking there as well.
We've got half a day yet to travel. There's no harm of resting.
Maldrath will do last rites and perform the cremation ceremony.
I was just about to say, will you do the honors, Maldrath?
Of course.
This is your domain.
I'll nudge the. I'll make sure that you get the druid's corpse as well.
Yes.
I'm not bringing it over.
It is only right that the druid be returned to the earth.
I mean, in fairness, I think the druid was slashed and then was kind of burned up in the moonbeam as well, so...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maldrath will pray for his or her soul anyway.
No way to loot. Sorry, out of character again.
No,
Free
all you
goop
get
for
is
everyone.
potentially cursed talisman.
Hey, speaking of potentially cursed talisman, I would like to grab a twig from a bush and kind of like lift it up and kind of inspect it a bit more closely.
Okay. Make me a nature check. Just checking the dice. Yeah. You look at it. This is the first time you've really looked at the nature so far. It's like you can still sense the natural energy you've always known, but it's like a small light locks in a cage of darkness. You can that same hideous taint you felt from the talisman. You can still sense it inside very faintly. The talisman, you realize that what it did was connect you to all of the land, and that was how you managed to get the full dose. And you can still, kind of like a strange fever, feeling it running towards you. Right now, you're managing to hold it together, but it's still all rather creepy. It's like the entire land is being held prisoner.
Wow.
I'm going to take a deep breath and flick the entire thing on the cremation fire.
It goes up. The flames almost blaze bolder for a second as additional energy is added to the pyre.
Am I going to have to check my eyebrows?
No, it's kind of like an extra
Okay.
before it goes back to normal.
As this stuff's burning, I'm going to turn to Maldrath and be like, do you know that they say Pelor cursed the vampires when they turned away from the light and pursued evil magic?
To be honest, I know little about Pelor. My domain lies elsewhere. All I know is that the undead need to be purged.
I couldn't agree more, Maldrath. What's worse, this myth says that Pelor would forgive them if only they asked for it. I think it's past that now with Strahd.
Vampires by nature are power-hungry. They would never seek forgiveness.
Thus, their curse continues.
Indeed. I'm sure there'll be plenty more undead, though. We
That's
must
why
be
we're
cautious.
And with that, as you continue to take your short rest, dealing with everything you've learned, what you've lost, and everything you've seen before you, you're starting to see more and more Barovia's true nature of the kind of threats you're facing. And it's only half a day's walk to Vallaki. You feel like it's so close, but at the same time, the march on seems to be very daunting indeed. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Well done.
Thank you for joining
Very
us,
good.
guys. I've been MVL Gaming, the Jonan Monkey DM. We've had Keldrin, Leo, Seth, and Maldraff playing the game, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yep, and I will be live at some point next week when I figure out my schedule. Thank you everyone for checking out my stream.